sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
270 hours of training, that's what their techs go through. Best not trust your engine with just any buckaroo. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Change wisely.
For more information about contests on this station, go to realradio.fm/rules.
When bills can't wait, every minute matters. That's why there's Amscot. Walk in with your photo ID, proof of income, and checking account info. Walk out with $50,000 to $1,000 in minutes.
Amscot.
Some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Hey Orlando, why settle for one dealership when you can shop three? Greenway Kia's 3 Central Florida locations give you access to 3 times the inventory. Shop over 1,200 new Kias, all priced clearly online at greenwaykias.com. Plus, when you trade with us, over 40 Greenway dealerships bid on your vehicle to help maximize its value. And this week only, bring us any trade and get an additional $1,000 off your new Kia. I'm Joe Rossi, and I want to see you in a Greenway Kia.
Negative equity refinanced. All factory rebates applied.
To 15-year-old Harper, buying an $80 vintage rock t-shirt is a great investment. To Harper's mom, this logic has a few holes in it. So she helped Harper open a Wells Fargo Clear Access banking account. With no overdraft fees and tools to track spending, Harper's learning, one heavy metal tee at a time. However you make money work, Wells Fargo can work with that.
Terms apply. Visit wellsfargo.com/deposit disclosures for fees and details.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. Listen, moving sucks. Packing, organizing, worrying about your stuff, getting all wrecked, and I'll never do it without Cento Moving. I got to tell you, man, they're awesome. This is literally ranked one of the 10 most high stressful things in your life is moving, and with a company like Cento Moving, they make it so much easier. I've used them several times. Cento Moving is the way to go. It's spelled C-E-N-T-O, Cento Moving. They're local, independent, family-owned, and awesome to work with. CentoMoving.com. That's CentoMoving.com.
Most things these days you can buy online, but nothing's more risky than trying to buy a diamond online, because no 2 diamonds are alike. You need to see them up close, in person, side by side, and choose carefully.
When you're buying a diamond online, it's like being on an island and you only have one mate to choose from. They're beautiful because that's all that's there.
That's International Diamond Center's Brian Stamey.
Online's a great place to get an education. When you're shopping online, you're viewing diamonds in a vacuum. You want to be able to see diamonds all together, side by side, and compare them and see which one speaks to you, which one pops. You can't do that online.
And that's the benefit of shopping at IDC. You can see as many as you like in every color and clarity grade, every size, every cut.
You can't compete with IDC's diamond selection. You can compare the colors, you can compare the cuts, you can compare how the diamond shines, how it pops, how it speaks to you.
Bottom line, when you're choosing a diamond, don't settle for the one that looks good because it's the only one you can see. Come see us at IDC, International Diamond Center, where your forever starts with the perfect choice. Altamont Springs, Waterford Lakes, and Mall at Millennia.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The best best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie starts now.
It is Wednesday, July 22nd, 2026. Lots to get to today, from I'm getting canceled to the most intense pick-a-side arrest ever and a major Hollywood actor in some real big drama. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. C-Lane is here.
What's happening?
So are you. You can join us with a dispatch. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com or in the app to record your first dispatch right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right to the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Wednesday?
Pretty good. Not bad at all. You okay? How are you doing on a Wednesday?
Good now. Good. Yeah, it was a long intro. I think I worked in a couple of too many words there, but we got it. We're underway. I'm probably done with. This might be my last show. I'll explain what's going on. It's a thing. It's a whole thing, as it always is. We're going to continue, obviously, with our Rate My Blank for the week, which is rate my magnets, your magnet collections, and different places that you've brought the News Junkie magnets, which has been so fun so far. And let's see what you have for us today. If you want to enter that, all you have to do is take a picture, submit it as a photo dispatch on thenewsjunkie.com, and we'll talk about it during the show today. All right, here we go. Let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we start out with, it's getting a little scary out there, folks. I'm just going to be real with you. It's getting a little scary. I got some questions, C-Lane. You like to follow things like this from time to time, perhaps not as famously as I do, what with airplanes and airplane-related stories, but, you enjoy this at least a bit. Here's what happened in a very recent call. This was yesterday to LaGuardia Airport in New York City from air traffic control. Listen in.
All right, Delta 2604, LaGuardia Tower. Wind 210 at 10, runway 22, clear to land. Man-pad alert issued at LaGuardia Airport at 0027. Use extreme caution.
All right, so when I heard that, I go, man-pad alert. I'm not familiar with this. What's a man-pad alert? And I guess I wasn't the only one. Even the pilot goes, all right, the 10-4, breaker, what's a man-pad alert?
Clear land, runway 22, Delta 2604. Hey, could you explain what a man-pad is?
Yeah, that's a manned portable air defense system. Yeah, it's basically it was a report of a rocket launcher.
Okay, where was that?
There was a report by the Port Authority Police. They said by, I believe, Terminal C. We had conflicting.
Can the rest of you keep it down, please? We got a man-pad alert, all right?
It sounds like it's the Office Christmas party. They have a report of somebody with a GD rocket launcher next to LaGuardia, and they're just cruising him in like, we got a man-pad alert. The guy goes, "What's a man-pad alert? Good, nice try. Is that like a but-for alert?" I got you. I know what's happening here.
We got a Henway alert.
You think we're dumb? We know what's going on. And there's so much chit-chat going on in there. You can't barely hear it. But the guy said there was a report of somebody with a rocket launcher by LaGuardia. And boy, do I have some questions, because that's a bit frightening. Here's the story. Delta Air pilots startled by warning from LaGuardia Tower to be on the lookout for rocket launchers on final approach. How does one be on the lookout, Bolo, for a rocket launcher other than a rocket headed toward them?
And at that point, when you're landing a plane, a large commercial airline jet, there's not a lot of swerve, I don't think, when it comes to maybe a rocket headed your way.
Like if you're driving your truck home, you might be able to, a squirrel pops in the front of you or something. You might be able to swerve real quick. But the plane is pretty big. And I think that you're going to be in some trouble there. This says the pilots of a Delta Airlines flight from Detroit to LaGuardia.
I have audio of a plane swerving right here.
Oh, do you?
Yeah,
What a shocker, what a surprise. It's a top story as long as
what was I looking for?
This next clip is wild and insane.
I hope not a plane swerving.
We're back on a plane.
I was like,
Do we have previous audio?
The dumbest thing you've ever fallen for.
Of a plane swerving like. I don't know what noise that is. This in the air.
Well, I mean, I guess I kind of do. Thanks for the man pad alert.
All right, yeah. What are we doing here? Man pad alert? Why is there someone with a rocket launcher near LaGuardia? Can we get an answer on that one? And we just nonchalantly say this while your folks are chatting over donuts in the background, like, wow, now that Jane in HR is really a bitch. It's like, oh my God, guys, this is bad. You should be in emergency mode in there. So Delta LaGuardia Tower said there was, and just seemed like a regular ass communication, but there's a MANPAD, MANPAD. I don't even know what that means, but it was a rocket launcher.
MANPAD is what Sean wears when he's on his man period.
No. MANPAD, I'm guessing it means mandatory aerial notice of potential aeronautic disasters.
He said what it is. It's a man-portable air defense system.
Oh, I was not even close, but it sounded okay. Yeah, man-portable air defense system, commonly referred to as a rocket launcher. Military pilots might be accustomed to hearing this, but you don't often hear it as you're swerving into LaGuardia, which, as we now know, the swerve into LaGuardia sounds like this.
Yeah, it's right like this. You swerve, you kind of, the man pad comes up.
Good stall.
Thank you.
Most of the people who didn't know what was going on had no idea that you were actively trying to bring up that sound effect as you were yapping there.
Well, I had to tell you what MANPAD means because you weren't paying attention.
I was worried about the rocket launcher.
It's a mandatory aerial.
That sounded right, and you know it did. Delta Flight 2604 said it's a rocket launcher. The first is that somebody genuinely thought they saw a MANPAD being set up on the outskirts of the airport and reported this to the police. They're taken very seriously, yabbity. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on there, but it's quite concerning, one might say. A little frightening that we got wars going on. You know, there might be some Iranian sleeper cells or something, and then all of a sudden someone gets a rocket launcher and they're by LaGuardia. That would be an absolute catastrophe. So we'll keep an eye on this story, see if we learn anything more about it, and hopefully nobody is in danger there, but you absolutely never know. Before we get into me potentially being canceled here, I knew it was going to happen. Everybody in chat was like, finally it's happening.
I'm trying to guess what it was for.
I'll get into it. I'll get into it. It's a whole thing. All right. But before we get to that and get to a couple of emails, I have questions. People are quite mad about this video that's going mega viral right now, and that's what we do here. We talk to you about all the things Facebook, before everybody else.
Instagram,
and
Twitter,
one of them is this video, and I some people think it's funny. I just look at it and I go, wow, that's absolutely bizarre. And people said the police should have done something earlier. I don't know what anybody was supposed to do, but there was a legit 911 call for a bear on top of a power pole. Like, I'm not kidding. This is not AI. I'll put this up on See It Now. Let me get my screenshot here because this is the perfect shot to put up on the app and on the newsjunkie.com in the See It Now section. But there was legit a full-size bear, right? I mean, you can see this.
Yes.
That's a full-size bear on a power pole.
It actually probably is quite large, more so than we can tell because it's so far away.
Yeah.
But if that thing were up next to you, I mean, look, it's taking up most of half of that power pole. The power pole comes up from the ground and it makes a T. And on either side of the T, the different power lines kind of lay on it, right? The bear is taking up almost the entire right side of the T.
And this is not just a regular run-of-the-mill power pole. I think this is a taller one, like than you might have in your neighborhood or something. The bear is on top of it, and people go, well, why didn't anybody do anything? Because I guess the bear got zapped, I think, at some point in time. I don't know if he's okay or not okay. There's confusing information on that. So I'm not here to tell you that the bear is dead. I don't know. Maybe we don't know. But I know that people were calling the cops, and the cops were like, what do you expect us to do? And here's the 911 call.
No, I'm on Highway 56. Are you calling about a bear?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, it's on the power pole.
Yeah, it's alive.
Gosh.
Yes. Just leave it.
Okay.
Leave it be.
And because I already called the Game and Fish, and they said there's nothing that they could do. They could go and shoot it, tranquilize it.
So this lady's like, I called the Game and Fish people, the experts, and they said, there's not much we can do. We could shoot it with a tranquilizer, but if we shoot the bear on the top of the power pole with the tranquilizer, bear falls down.
Takes
That's
out the
actual
power
sound.
lines with it.
Yeah, maybe does that. And a bear ain't a bird, just to break the news to you here. Bear touches that wire, the whole thing is getting zapped. And the 911 call is like, the lady started the call with, you calling about the bear on the power pole?
Yeah. If you tranquilize that bear, likely scenario is it loses its grip on stuff because it's asleep, and then it topples over, maybe taking some power lines down with it. And if the power lines don't kill it, the fall will.
Yeah, of course. It's so high. It's got to be 20 feet high.
Or, less likely scenario, the bear falls asleep on top of the power pole. And then when the trank wears off, the bear wakes up and is still on top of a power pole. And there's just as much you could do about it as you did before.
Maybe we should go back to go forward here. Why is the bear on top of a power pole? I mean, like, I know 100% that bears climb trees and get up trees. It's not a good place to hide from a bear. But this sucker is up there as Pink Floyd's Money is playing in the background.
It's going to end up, if they do that, then it's going to fall and could hurt itself.
Yeah, so this guy calls 911. 911 operator's like, we've been getting a bunch of those calls. Then Grok said the bear in this footage was safely coaxed down by a lineman, Werner Neubauer. He de-energized the pole and used a fiberglass stick to nudge it. The bear slid down and ran off unharmed into the wild, no injuries.
Where's the video of that?
And then somebody said, no, Grok, you're wrong. The bear died, and they gave another version of the story. So I don't know what happened to the bear. I literally don't know. But what are you supposed to do in that scenario?
That's what happened to the bear.
Do you think so? If he is, I'm sorry. I don't want to bring you that kind of news. But that's just literally one of the more bizarre stories I've heard in a while. What are you supposed to do? Maybe we got a bear expert out there somewhere in the audience. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. And I'll put that visual up for everybody over on the website during the break. Couple of emails getting us started. Alicia in Jensen Beach, Florida, emails about a pick-a-side we did on the show, where we present a story and you have to choose which side is in the right or the wrong. And Alicia says, I'm behind on the podcast. I just heard the pick-a-side from 716. Sorry I'm so late, but I am so mad about the old man and the kids with the basketball. That must be the most miserable human being I've ever heard. These poor kids having to live next to that old POS. Thank God I'm not their mother, because I would get myself arrested. Those poor cops wasting their time on that idiot. I wish I had the kids' information. I'd send them 10 basketballs just to throw them on his lawn once a day for 10 days. So you get the kid shot, isn't it? Can you guess whose side I'm on? Thanks for keeping me sane and laughing on the daily. Love the show, says Alicia. Thank you, Alicia. Appreciate you. I posted that as a clip on youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. I post the pick-a-side sometimes. And when I posted that one, one of the overwhelming responses was, why don't they just put the basketball hoop on the other side of the yard? And I thought, I understand what you're saying, because like there's a driveway, the basketball hoop is on one side, even though they have a big net behind it. When you miss big time, when you miss the shot big time, it goes over in the neighbor's yard and causes the fight because this guy was a Nazi about his yard.
Honestly, that net was not super tall. So no, I would think most of the shots that you miss, if you miss the backboard, it's going in the guy's yard.
Yeah, and that's what happened. This guy was getting pissed. So people said, put it on the other side of the driveway. I'm like, if you put it on the other side of the driveway, you're still going to end up hitting the backboard and it goes behind you, and or there's no net to catch it when it goes out of bounds behind you. Like, this is just what happens when you play basketball in a neighborhood. It's not that big of a deal. Let's see here. Donald emails the show. Great show, all caps, he says. Been listening since you started out in the morning. Finally subscribed to Secret Shows. How do I get magnets or merch? Love the podcast. I miss some of them every once in a while, but I do my best to keep up, says Donald. How do I get magnets or merch? Well, when that stuff's available, it's up on the website. We don't have any merch sales at the moment, but we always have. If you subscribe to Secret Shows or if you gift Secret Show subscriptions, there's different exclusive items you can grab for each thing you gift or for your subscription. So you can get random magnets, you can get this, you can get that. We got there was like 91 back orders for people who had gifted subscriptions. Courtney is bagging those all up right now. But we do have a slight problem here. I just want to put this out there so you guys could give us a little extra patience on this one. I reached out because we ran full on out of the magnet inventory between the live show and this. And I reached out to our magnet people and our magnet company, which has worked with us for a dozen years. I've purchased 55,000 magnets from them or something. I said, I need 1,000 of these and 250 of these. And the magnet company says, we can't fulfill that order. We're all out of magnets right now.
What?
I said, you're the magnet company. How are you out of magnets? They said, we're all out of magnets right now, Sean. We'll have them in the first week of August. So Courtney's going to fulfill like about 80 or 90% of these back orders for that kind of stuff. And then when we get the rest of them, we'll push all those out.
Man, we have made magnets so popular
that they're running out.
The magnet company themselves just can't come up with them.
Game of Magnet strikes again. Trevor emails the show. Hey, Sean, I remember you guys talking about this story a little while back. We don't always get updates on stories like this. So I was happy to see those grandmas who were fighting for their right to party won. Keep up the great work. Love the show. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop. It says grandmother 82 wins the law change so she can enjoy happy hour at her care home.
Oh,
which
yeah.
We did talk about that. And that'll do it to get us kicked off here on the show today. When we come back, we've got an incredibly jarring, wild ride for Pick a Side. I can't wait for that for you. Also, I think I'm getting canceled. There's just no way around this. We have to address it. I'll do that in a bit. Some stuff from yesterday that we got to clean up on a little bit and a whole lot more on the way. A busy show for you today. And that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Still looking at some slowdowns right now in the Orlando area for those who need to travel between 192 and 535, as well as between the Beach Line and 535 for those traveling westbound on the interstate. Traffic is looking good for those taking the Turnpike north or southbound today. If you see any major traffic problems, just make sure to call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Advanced Air Home Service. One call solves it all.
Dispatch, this is Mindy at Advanced Air Home Services.
Well, boy, it's getting hot out there. Now, if your AC is making funny noises, just needs a once-over, or your home isn't as cool as it used to be, visit AdvancedAirandHeat.com. Advanced Air Home Services. License CAC 1820806.
We're back to the show in just a bit. And, of course, all the content continues over on YouTube.com/The News Junkie. But real quick, Mills Air. We love them. We appreciate them. We know you do too. It's, let me check, 88 degrees outside. It's warm. It's cooking in there. And if you're ready to go home, but you want to make sure it's nice and comfortable, that AC hasn't been doing it for you lately, call Mills Air. They're the best of the best. They can service any brand out there. It doesn't matter what kind of AC you have. They're also a Carrier factory authorized dealer. If you like companies that are family owned and operated, that are, of course, locally owned and operated, and that strive to be honest and help you out, you're going to love Mills Air. So give them a call to fix your air conditioner now. 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival,
presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena. Streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
Hello. Welcome. Can you hear me? Welcome behind the scenes. Okay, big show today. I'm totally getting canceled. We'll get into that in a moment. Tons of pick-a-sides. Pick-a-sides have now evolved to this point where you guys are sending me some absolute bangers. So there's like a bunch of great options for today. Hello to TNJ chat. Hello to Twitch. Hello to YouTube. Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? Hope all is well in your world. Hope nobody's got a rocket launcher pointed at LaGuardia. R. Willie says, if you punch a racist, you might make viral news and be on TNJ. There's a chance. There's a chance. Hey, Jay Nobles. Abraham, I've got that. I got some good details on that story. That's a good story. An interesting one for a pick-a-side. I got one before that, too. Kevin says, hey, Sean, I should have a stack of magnets coming. I'm traveling to Rochester, Nicaragua, Niagara Falls, and Buffalo in the second week of August. Hint, hint. I think by then, everything will be out. Oh, shoot. Hang on. You guys, we're off to a rocky start here. What's going on? Sorry. Ever since I lost Goose Springsteen at the live broadcast, everything's gone to hell. Capital of Nicaragua is not Rochester. Does it have to be racist? Can I just punch anyone? Technically, punching a stranger would probably lead to some sort of viral video. All right, couple of minutes and we're back live on the show. The live read is done. That means every single commercial break from here on out is just you and me. We're hanging out. There ain't no commercials in this world. When I'm over here, we're live on the show, broadcasting on a bunch of great radio stations in the southeastern United States, of Florida and New York and Louisiana. When I'm in the studio here, this is Skull Mike. We talk about all sorts of stuff in between the breaks. Listening for live once on the road today. I'm working in Amish country in East Central Illinois today. That's cool. I've always wanted to get an Amish person on the show, but then they're all notoriously difficult to get a hold of, as you could imagine. That's just how it goes. Two minutes and we're back live. Who's running the cam now? We have a, right now, we have a stand-in operating the camera during the breaks. Tiny little baby Yoda. But I think we need an official full-time video person here. I have a couple potentials. I don't know if you guys are going to like these, though. Many of these people have already had a shot at it. But one that we could do... Michael Scott on crutches. Yay or nay? We'll take your votes on that. Should he be the new cameraman? Michael Scott on crutches? Sean clearly doesn't follow child labor laws. Well, it's true. I'm just trying to get the job done over here. All right, we're coming back, everybody. Coming back on the show. Probably my last day around here. So I might as well enjoy it. Might as well have a little bit of fun. Bring back Gene? We could. That's a possibility. Welcome to everybody new. Thanks for hanging out on the stream. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe. We do this every day between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. Eastern. Right here on the News Junkie. Stand by. We're coming back live on the show.
Motion, the spectacle, the escapism. On Raiders of the Lost podcast, we explore cinema like no one else, including huge interviews with stars like Ryan Gosling on Project Hail Mary.
It was like the Jaws shark. Didn't always work, came with its own problems. That's what made it great. The heart of the movie is Rocky and Grace, and their friendship is hard-earned.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Raiders of the Lost podcast, and listen now.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
Pick a side. I think it's an interesting one, but we got many things to work through here on a Wednesday on the show. Learn more over at thenewsjunkie.com. One thing we forgot about yesterday, we didn't really work this in. I think I mentioned it right at the end of the show, Celia, just for a second. But Jason Alexander from Seinfeld had some claims against him, I guess. And then I was like, who was this? And you mentioned it was from somebody that we had heard of before.
Yeah, somebody very famous, very infamous, maybe.
I think infamous is good for her. Courtney Stodden is her name. And she put out some claims about Jason Alexander from Seinfeld on her Instagram. I got it right here. We'll just work through this since I got to pay this off from yesterday. Courtney Stodden says, I was 17 years old in this photo, and it's her in a bikini, and it's Jason Alexander with her. It says, the older I get, the more impossible this is to understand. During this comedy sketch, Jason Alexander repeatedly rubbed his phone across my breasts while saying there was no signal in my head, but plenty of signal in my chest. Later in the sketch, he joked that when I turned 18, he'd like to take me behind the couch and have his way with me. IMDb credits him as one of the writers of the episode. An episode of what? I don't know what this is from.
It's a Funny or Die sketch.
Is it? Oh, I remember when that was a thing.
I'm emailing you a link that actually has the video of the sketch.
Okay, I'd like to see that for sure.
Like, when I first read the story, it was a little unclear. It sounded like it was just something he did off screen, which is very creepy.
Yeah,
but now that I see the whole thing and realize what happened, I'm like, oh, this is, not just on Jason Alexander. There was a whole studio of people that just produced this sketch. Yeah.
So a couple of things we need to work in here. Jason Alexander, obviously from Seinfeld fame, and he's responded to this. I'll work in his response in just a bit. Courtney Stodden was this younger girl who became famous because I think at 16 or something, she married an actor in Hollywood.
Yes, she catapulted to reality TV fame after marrying actor Doug Hutchison when she was just 16 and he was 51.
And he was from what, like Black Hawk Down or something, or I forgot.
I didn't really know of his catalog. It just The Green Mile, Lost, X-Files, No Good Deed, Punisher, Warzone. A handful of stuff.
So she got married at 16, was famous. The actor and her were, I think, married and having sex when she was like a 16-year-old girl. And it was a big scandalous story all over the place. But with that rise to fame, I guess, she was involved in some stuff, including this Funny or Die sketch with Jason Alexander. It says, IMDb credits him as one of the writers of the episode. As an adult, the fact has become harder, not easier for me to understand. I was a minor. I didn't have the legal power to decide whether I wanted to participate. The contracts are signed by adults. The paycheck went to Doug. The paycheck went to her husband at the time. That's weird, bro. That's
everything
weird.
About that relationship was weird.
Yeah. So, hold on. So he's having sex with a 16-year-old girl, because that's a girl at 16 years old. A 16-year-old girl he's having sex with and he's married to. And then she goes out and works and they can't pay her. So the paycheck goes to the grown ass adult who's having sex with a 16-year-old. That's That's a little weird, man. I don't know what to do with that. The production moved forward. I was the only child in the room. I felt so alone, she said. Again, I'll get to Jason Alexander from Seinfeld's response in a second. Looking back now, I don't see the comedy. I see a 17-year-old girl whose body became part of an adult joke. People say, you chose to be there. Legally, I couldn't make those decisions for myself. I don't know how true that is. I honestly just don't know enough about that. Like, I would imagine even at 17, if you're married, you could refuse to be in the skit. Like, like, can even a child could be like, no, I'm not doing this, right? Like, you don't have to participate in work as a child. Maybe you feel pressured to or something, but she's saying, like, I didn't have a choice.
She said legally she had no choice.
Yeah, I don't know if that's right. Maybe it is. Maybe she's right. That's the point. I can't change what happened to me, but I can ask myself, how did so many adults
did she have a choice whether or not to get married to Doug Hutcherson? I think she did.
I hope so, but I don't know.
If not, then there's a much, much bigger crime that went on surrounding this.
Well, I want to hear what this skit was like. I'll get to that, and then we'll hear what the response was from Jason Alexander. But Courtney Stodden says, how did so many adults look at a minor and decide this was acceptable? That's exactly why I speak out today. Children deserve laws that protect them. They shouldn't have to become adults before realizing the law should have protected them all along. So it's like end child marriage and a bunch of other stuff like that. Now, let me see. Did you send over this?
It's in your Gmail, yeah.
Okay. That's her post about Jason Alexander. And then C-Lane found the actual bit that started all of this. And let's see if it's as bad as she's saying. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Maybe she's overdoing it. This is it on top here?
It should be.
All right, this is the Funny or Die sketch. It's a little long, so we won't play the whole thing, I don't think. But
you can skip through it and get to the part.
All right.
He's America's fourth leading life coach, self-help guru, and motivational master.
All right, so it's like Jason Alexander is some sort of motivational speaker, a la Dr. Phil, and then a bunch of people come on his show, and he's interviewing them. These are other people, some couple. Okay, here's Courtney Stodden in this scene. This is the one she takes issue with.
All right.
It says, assess your partner.
Courtney, you did something very brave recently. You went on the Dr. Drew show and allowed him to do an ultrasound of your bosom to prove that they are as God intended them to be. It was very...
Should we talk about Dr. Phil if that's the case? Did Dr. Phil legit look at a 16, 17-year-old girl's breast to see if they were not implants?
First off, he said Dr. Drew.
Oh, Dr. Drew, okay.
And secondly, I think this is probably just all part of the
bit.
The bit. This was a comedy sketch. I don't know that it's based on any truth.
Okay, all right, just in case.
Brave, but I don't want to do that. I'm not that crass. I don't care about your breasts. I mean, they're lovely. They're lovely.
That's the husband?
But I don't care about them. What I care about is the quality of your heart. So I have a special app here on my iPhone, and if I may...
They even had
catching
iPhones.
Strays.
Yeah.
iPhone catching strays.
I'm going to use this to just find out what's in the quality of your
All right, so that was a photo sound, like they're taking a picture. He's got his phone out. She's in this small red bikini, 17 years old. Jason Alexander's a grown-ass adult.
I can't tell. Which side should I be on?
It's on the left side.
Now he's
Not
rubbing the
this
phone
side?
on the breast.
Not this side. This side over here.
Yeah,
this is
and
the
it's not
side?
down there. It's
All righty then. Let me see. I'm getting... That's great. I'm getting a lot. Are you getting anything? No? Oh, that's interesting. I'm not getting anything here.
Okay. That is weird, man. He's rubbing his phone on a 17-year-old girl's boobs.
If she was of age, that's kind of a funny joke, but
yeah,
you kind of got to take yourself out of that, knowing that she was 17 when they did it.
Jen on TNJ chat says, wasn't she emancipated? Her parents let her marry a 51-year-old? I don't know. I mean, I guess technically she was seen as an adult everywhere, but it's all very strange. Jason Alexander has responded to this, and let's see what he said here. This is from Variety. It says, Seinfeld star Jason Alexander apologizes to Courtney Stodden for filming inappropriate sketch when she was a minor. I truly regret it. He issued an apology. They talk about, this does say Dr. Phil. Oh, no, it parodied Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
That's what it says. The whole thing was like parodying Dr. Phil.
It even showed Dr. Phil at one point in the sketch.
It did, yeah. Looking back at the comedy sketch in which Miss Stodden and I participated in 2012, I completely agree that it was inappropriate and I truly regret it, he said, Jason Alexander. But more importantly, I'm deeply sorry for any harm or distress it caused to Miss Stodden. I offer her my sincerest apologies. So that's from him. And she was saying, like, I was 17 when this happens. It's impossible to understand how this could occur. But everything around her life at that age is real weird, man. Like 16-year-old girls getting married to 50-year-old guys, and then adult actors in scenes with them touching their breasts. Like, all of it seems like all the bad things you hear about Hollywood, right? This is what we hear about Hollywood. These are the things that we hear happening. There's no rules over there. Doesn't matter how old the women are. Doesn't matter, like, if they literally could consent or not consent. You just ship them right through it so somebody can get paid. The parents or somebody somewhere is getting paid. And that, to me, is, that's a hard one to defend. I'll be honest with you. But there we go. Let us know what you think. I'll put this up as well on See It Now so you guys can take a look for yourself.
I'm trying to see on her Wikipedia page if it says anything about an emancipation. I think her parents signed off on it. Age 16, signed up on the internet for an acting workshop taught by actor Doug Hutchison.
Oh, my God.
On the recommendation of a friend of their maternal aunt who worked in Hollywood and knew Hutchison. He was not aware she was a minor, began a courtship with her over the internet that lasted between 4 and 6 months. After
she goes to his acting class and he sees what she looks like, and then he starts fooling around with her.
It began a courtship, but it says over the internet.
Okay.
So it says began a courtship with them. Was that her and her aunt, or
no? I think she's like non-binary now, or something.
Is she?
Yeah.
After Hutchison became aware of Stodden's age, he told their mother, Krista, who had monitored their online exchanges and was aware of the relationship and age difference, he would cease his relationship if the parents disapproved. The parents, citing Stodden's devout Christianity, allowed them to make their own decision. And then they got married in Vegas.
Her devout Christianity? I'm not seeing that on display here. This is not what I'm seeing. And it all just seems very Hollywood-like to me. That's what I'm seeing here. But, you guys have your thoughts. Again, I'll put this up on See It Now. I'm sorry, I haven't put in the bear clip up yet, but I 100% promise I'll put both of those up during the break. It's been chaotic. C-Lane made me do a live read. It's a lot. Okay, it's a lot of stuff to do all at once. My life is very difficult, just so you know. Couple of things coming in for Rate My Blank for this week, Rate My Magnet. This is a News Junkie / Secret Shows magnet with a very interesting little pal in front of it. What's his name? Ralph? This is Ralph here. Some sort of, I don't want to say lizard. I don't know if that's offensive to this thing, whatever it is. Some sort of a gecko guy, but here he is. Swilly's one of his many creatures with a magnet there. Here's cool, fun hippie chick with her collection, a bunch of magnets, some really cool ones there.
All Swilly's creatures are just laughing at him right now. Look at you with the cast.
This person says, shout out to Sun State John for the subscription. I'm in Wisconsin, so there's not a lot of Game of Magnets action here yet, but I have my collection inside my toolbox.
That's a good looking toolbox.
Yeah. It's a Clarkman, I'm pretty sure. It's a Clarkman we're looking at there. Clarkman 658 probably, or the 700 series perhaps, but we appreciate
it's like a Binford to me. Binford 7500.
Sending that up. We're overwhelming people with all of our tool knowledge in the moment, but what we want to do is take a quick break. When we come back, we have our first pick aside of the day for you, and this one is an absolute stunner. This is an interesting conversation that's going to come up out of this. My cancellation is imminent. I'll explain what's going on with that and the pushback that's arrived here. And we got a bunch more to get to on a busy Wednesday. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
And this one victim said, quote, our sweet mother, they dismembered her. They sold her shoulders, knees, and feet for...
Hey, everybody. Welcome behind the scenes. Tommy says somebody that's married is still an innocent minor? It's not a great situation, but if she's married, I don't know if you can claim she didn't understand what was going on. Yeah, I mean, I'm more with Catmaster here. I happen to believe no one under the age of 18 should be able to get married in the United States of America. I know, a wild, harebrained idea. I'm crazy like that. I happen to believe that the
laws around child marriage, specifically in the Middle East. The folks over there in places like Afghanistan, a sandbox from hell, where girls get married as young as 11, 12, 8 years old. We should, in the Western world, show a little cultural superiority and say, not here. We don't do it here. We don't have 15-year-olds married. We don't have 16-year-olds married. We don't have 17-year-olds married. We're 18 years old, and you can do stuff. 18 years old, and you open up the world to adulthood. That's where I'm at on this. Hang on, some news incoming. Stand by. Look at this. Look at this. Thank you to Ardennis with the 2 gifted subscriptions. Thank you so much for that. That's going on the leaderboard. That support is greatly appreciated. You can subscribe to the premium version of the show over on thenewsjunkie.com and unlock secret shows. Loose Neutral with the 10 gifted subscriptions. Holy cow. 10 gifted subs. 5 Big with the 5 gifted subscriptions. And this is huge. Brad Wallace Realtor. Shouts out to you, Brad Wallace Realtor. Thank you so much for all the support. All of this means a lot. Brad Wallace Realtor with the 15 subscriptions. What is a subscription? Well, it gives you full access to the website. And if I don't post See It Now, people are going to start to eat me alive, rightfully so. Here we go. Bear trapped on power pole as man dials 911. Okay, we'll put that up. All right, the bear on the power pole is up. Now Courtney Stodden. Courtney Stodden says Seinfeld star touched her. Seinfeld star was inappropriate. Okay, both of those are up on See It Now. One of the features you get if you're a premium subscriber is you can always see all that content. You can go back and see all the things we discussed on the show. You get uncensored secret shows. You get priority for dispatches to be on the show. And you get a whole lot more, as well as an ad-free version of the live stream in high definition. Low latency, high definition, ad-free version of the stream for subscribers. Thank you. Alien says, I waited until I was 40 to get married. Wow, they're still coming in. Janine with the 5 gifted subscriptions. Folks, I don't want to say it to jinx things, but I think we could break the record today for all-time subscribers to secret shows. Because of generous people like Janine with the 5 gifted subscriptions over at thenewsjunkie.com. Hit the gift icon for every subscription. There's different merch for the show that you can claim. Here's what we're doing. We're coming back. It's time for this pick a side. This is going to rile you up. This one's going to rile you up. Here we go.
Terms to apply.
Some things can steal your sunshine.
I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hoagie Fest is back at Wawa. And this year, it's a meal deal. Grab any shorty hoagie, any Hers chips, and a fountain drink for just $6. Make it a classic for 8. Gotta have a Wawa.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Riding the daily roller coaster of viral news from the front row. It's
Thanks for hanging out with us. Always some good drama going on around here. And man, we've got a great pick-a-side for you that has popped up. One thing that's happened over the last couple of weeks doing these pick-a-side segments is, Celine, I've been getting a lot more emails with people suggesting, hey, do this one. I think this one's going to be the best. Hey, you should check this one out. And people are sending us lots of good options for these segments. And the pick-a-side segments are basically like, hey, somebody here is in the wrong. Somebody is in the right, and you determine what's what. You know, you be the person who casts some judgment on this case. And in this case, I was like, I don't know. I feel a particular way about this woman's arrest. There's this woman. She's younger. I don't know her exact age. Let me see. I might be able to find it real quick. Her name is Samantha. And Samantha is, she was, I don't have her birth date here. I think she's in her 20s or so, maybe her 20s or early 30s. Samantha apparently was caught by the cops after some drinks in the parking lot with a guy, right? And Samantha ends up in cuffs, and the police are there, and they're asking her questions, and that leads to this pick-a-side. We're going to play the intro? I forgot about the intro.
Oh, I sent it to you, man.
Oh, my God. Did you? I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I told you I did and everything. And
I've been chasing my tail.
It's okay.
There we go. Let's go straight to the body cam on this pick-a-side. Who's in the right? Who's in the wrong? We, of course, have the young woman, Samantha is her name, and the police officer who's talking to her. They're in a parking lot. They just busted her and some guy in the back of a car. Let's go to the tape and see who is in the right and who's in the wrong.
Is that why your pants were off and his pants were off? Yeah. Okay. And after you all finished that, what were you going to do?
Absolutely nothing. I was going to go home.
I'll look at your eyes really quick. Don't move your head, just follow with your eyes, all right?
All right, they're doing the standard roadside tests, and this is in Seminole County, Florida, where this occurred. It's just now going viral, happened a couple of years back. And this woman, like what the officer was saying there, did you hear what he was saying? The officer was like, well, you were like, how you were having sex in the back of the car? What were you going to do after that? Like, what a weird question to begin with.
Maybe he was getting to, are you going to drive the car?
Yeah, maybe. But why not say that? Were you going to drive afterwards? It's a little bit weird.
Trying to lead her into incriminating herself, probably.
So he's got this woman, and she's doing the roadside test. Follow the
Robert, here's this
finger.
back. Sure. You're free to leave. I wouldn't recommend you drive, though.
Okay, the guy gets released. So these two were caught having sex in the back of a car, and he releases the guy. He goes, you're free to leave. Here's your ID. See you later. Get on out of here. I don't want you to drive, but, sayonara, sucker. And he's gone. He gets released. She doesn't get released. Why? Why is my question on that? Why does he get released, but she doesn't get released? I don't believe, since they were allegedly making sweet love in the back of this vehicle, I don't think that she was actively driving.
Back of the vehicle love, there's nothing sweet about that.
Does that mean the keys were in the car? I know you can get a DUI if your keys are in the car.
You can get a DUI for But keys, you mean like keys in the car as in the ignition or
In
just
the
in the
ignition,
car? Oh,
yeah.
no, you can get the DUI without the keys being in the ignition.
So I'm just wondering why did they let the guy go?
Because if you get in your car, I'm going to arrest you for DUI. All right, even though you weren't driving, you're sitting in the parking lot, you're in behind the driver's seat, your vehicle's on, it's running. You're going to drive after you had with this young gentleman.
Flipped
Okay.
out sex.
What I'm going to have you do is you're going to look at my pen, and you're going to follow it with your eyes and your eyes only. Okay. Put your hands back on your side. You're fine. Go ahead and get back to position. Hands down to your side. Hands
She's
down to your side.
crying.
I'm sorry.
She's definitely drunk.
16 steps. Do you remember how many steps I told you?
You said 9.
Okay. How many steps have you taken?
I've taken 2.
You've only taken 2 steps so far?
Yeah.
Okay. The last thing I'm going to have you do is I want you to imagine 30 seconds inside of your mind, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to close your eyes, you're going to tilt your head back, and then, not your head though. Hold on. Okay, good. Place your hands on the other side, tilt your head back.
Okay, first of all, this whole close your eyes and imagine 30 seconds is a new one for me. But then he says, put your hands behind your back, you're under arrest. For what? Like, she's sitting here, she's being as cooperative as you possibly could. I'm not saying anybody should do this, but haven't a lot of us done this? Alien says it's kind of humiliating. I feel like that was kind of the point. I feel like the officer was like, hey, we caught you having sex in the back of the car, so let's make this a whole thing right now. Let's release him, but your keys are in your car and you're in the vehicle, so you get a DUI. Even though she was like totally working with him on everything that I could see, you know?
Close your eyes. Good. And begin. How long was that?
I was like 55 or a minute.
Okay. And what was my instructions?
A minute.
Okay. How much have you had to drink today?
I had 2 drinks here.
And just to confirm, what was going on when I first arrived?
It was the first time that I met him, and I was just kind of, I liked him, and I was attracted to him, so I wanted to like be attracted to him.
Okay.
But
is that why your pants were off and his pants were off?
Yeah.
Okay. And after y'all finished that, what were you going to do?
Absolutely nothing. I was going to go home. Why?
Just look at me.
Oh, maybe she shouldn't have said I was going to go home, because that implies that she was going to drive.
I don't even think she needed to imply that she was going to drive. I think that just her being in control of the car and being intoxicated, the barrier to entry for a DUI is very, very low.
That's kind of crazy to me. Is that because, let's say,
like we've talked about on the show before. On this show, we've talked about how you can get a DUI for choosing to do the right thing, for going, hey, I'm too drunk to drive. I'm going to get in my car and sleep.
I don't think you should.
I don't think you should either. But like, especially if you take all the precautions of being in the back seat, of being not in control of the vehicle, they still count you as you're the one ultimately that can drive the vehicle.
I mean, this to me is like young people doing what young people do after a couple of drinks. It's a perfect opportunity for any law enforcement officer to teach somebody a lesson, but he didn't seem to want to go that way.
And then your tattoos.
Why?
What's that?
Why?
Because that's what my sergeant requires.
Why?
What? Why?
Yeah.
I have no idea. You can ask him that. I have no idea.
Why does he want?
What's that? Well, right now you're going to be placed under arrest for DUI. Go ahead, turn around for me. Place your hands behind your back.
Can I ask what I'm going to be put on arrest for?
For DUI.
You were just told.
For what?
For DUI.
What did I do?
I just told you. Go ahead, turn around.
Oh, God.
Tell me again?
Yeah, you're under the influence of alcohol to the point your normal
But why
faculties are
did
being
you pull
affected.
me over?
First of all, if you don't turn around, you're going to get charged.
But why did you pull me
You're gonna get
over? I'm
what?
just wondering.
You're going to get charged for resisting.
Parking lot. Turn around.
Why?
Turn around.
And they arrest her.
This isn't how it goes.
All right, so at that point, they arrest her. There was a weird part there at the end. Here's her, where they booked her and stuff. She got booked for alcohol, DUI, influence of alcohol or drugs, resisting officer without violence, fraud, in-person display another's driver's license. So maybe she showed a fake ID or something.
She gave her, she gave the officer a fake ID.
So she gave the cop a fake ID when this all initially happened. And so they got her for a couple of things. Oh, she's 21. She was 21 at this time. But I mean, come on. Like, literally, if you're an officer, this was a perfect opportunity where everybody is cooperating with you, where you could just get this done. And then that part at the end where he was like, I need to get a photo of your tattoos. Isn't that usually for gang stuff? Do they do that for everybody? I've never had that happen before.
You never had them take a picture of them? Or
no, I mean, I've been arrested with tattoos.
Did you have tattoos when you got arrested?
Yeah, I started getting tattoos like right when I was 18. And so they never got in trouble.
I don't know about photographs, but usually, like at some point in your booking, they'll record somewhere any identifying marks on you. So there would be in the file somewhere where you got arrested. There should be, and maybe it depends on the crime.
Yeah.
But it should say like what the tattoos are. I even think in a lot of the police reports they have things that you mark off, like you mark off height, eye color, hair color, and then somewhere there'll be visible tattoos or visible marks. If you're missing an arm, then somewhere to mark that down.
Right, but I've never heard them do that. Have you ever seen a body cam thing where they go, okay, now we don't need to get photographs of your tattoos? I've just not heard that before.
I haven't heard of them photographing them, especially on site.
Can we be real here? Doesn't it? Isn't there a little bit of potential that he's like, I want to take some photos of you because of the salaciousness of the story, and I want to send it to my sergeant, so I'd be like, look who I just arrested. That
Maybe.
like. I get that vibe a little bit. Maybe I'm wrong. Hailfire says on TNJ chat, was she an escort? No, I think she's just a young woman.
She was a girl at a party who met a dude and wanted to bang him in her car.
Yeah, like I know that you shouldn't be doing any of this. I know drinking and driving is bad and all that. I'm going to pick her side solely because I think that the police officer could have been easier on her. He let the guy go. I really feel like he could have said, all right, Samantha, don't do this again. I want you to get an Uber out of here. And maybe this is a decision that you start to think about in your future. But I don't know. Let us know what you think about this. Who's in the right? Who's in the wrong? Pick a side on this one between Samantha, this woman who got pulled over for this or got arrested with her parking lot tryst going on, or the police officer who's just following the law, I guess. What do you think, Seelan?
I think based on what I've already said about how I think, she wasn't driving the car. I know that you can get a DUI for things that aren't driving a car, but I disagree with that, so I pick her side.
Yeah, I think that's dopey. I think they should get the people who are drunk and dangerous behind the wheel, and they should throw them behind bars, and they should really punish them hard. But sometimes it's like, all right, I don't want to do like kids will be kids thing, but almost. I'll put the video of this
just
up
really,
on See It Now in a moment.
Really difficult not to pick her side with that top she's wearing. I mean,
come on. Don't be weird, man. Jesus.
What? She's 21.
Quick break. When we come back, here's what we're doing. We're going to a couple of things that we have to get into, including my impending cancellation. That is something we absolutely have to get into at some point. An AI story that is going to rock your world. We got a bunch more on the way. We're just getting started. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a crash on Colonial at Edgewater Drive, an accident on I-4 eastbound near Saxon Boulevard. That's off to the shoulder, though. Traffic's cleared up before you head over St. John's River Bridge and heading through the city. You won't be running into any delays there. There's still some slowdowns, though, between Celebration and Sand Lake Road. See traffic troubles.
All right, stand by. I got to put this up on See It Now, folks. Let's see. It now. All right, that one is up over on See It Now. Who do you guys side with in that story? Who do you think is in the right? Oh my God. I mean, I legit think, like, sometimes shouldn't a cop say, what's the reason for this? Why should we do this? Is this not a waste of resources and stuff? Just let him get a ride home. The police officer said the car was running. That's true, Robbie. Yeah. The police officer said the car was running. They were in the car. But, like, he scurried that guy out of there. He very easily could have scurried her out of there and said, can you get a ride from somebody? She was being very cooperative. And honestly, maybe that doesn't work with some of you guys. You're like, do the crime, do the time, etc. But for me, when somebody's being really cooperative, I think that there should be leniency. When people pull over and they're defiant and they're obnoxious and they follow no rules and they think that the world revolves around them or they're like sovereign citizens, screw those people. Hit them with a book. But when people are like trying to be decent about this interaction they're in with the police and trying to be cooperative, I think that those people should get off easier. Myatt says, there's some cops that do that, but there's never a video that. I agree with you, Sean. I side with Samantha, says DJ Rage. I think the entire video needs to be reviewed by superiors. Yeah, specifically that whole take a photo of your tattoos thing, which it didn't show him doing, by the way. I don't know if he did. Also, I couldn't see any tattoos on her, so I don't know where that was. All right, folks, over on YouTube, if you have even a sliver of fun today, that's all I'm hoping for. A sliver of fun. Hit the like button over on YouTube. Subscribe if you're new around here. We do this every single day. It's a syndicated radio show about the viral news of the day called The News Junkie. Look at that. Maya gifted them right directly to people. That's cool. I haven't seen that before. Oh, those are Twitch subs. Maya, thank you for the 5 gifted Twitch subs. I was like, how did that happen? I haven't seen this before on my studio screen. Thank you, Maya, for that. Thanks for the big support. That's awesome. All right, let's see here. There are 20 subscriptions available over on thenewsjunkie.com. People are claiming those right now. We're back in 1 minute, back live on the show. I think there's an inside the ballpark chance we may break the subscriber record today, courtesy of you. So go subscribe as little as $2.99 a month to support the show on thenewsjunkie.com or hit that gift icon. All right, we're coming back right now.
LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock. Promo code BECK. LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
Some things can steal your sunshine.
I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Go to MarkSpain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Green. Green. That's green. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
The world's most viral newsroom in just a moment. Thank you for that. Thanks for all the big support. I got to get a couple of shout-outs in here at the end of the segment for some people who have gifted subscriptions. Thanks so much for that. Forget giving your money to the big corporations. Donate some subscriptions so people get premium access to the News Junkie over on the website. This story is unbelievable. Sealand, you've been a juror before. Do you remember getting paid for being a juror when you were a jury foreman, I believe?
Ooh, I mean, yeah, they give you a check. I think
you leave and they just let you leave with a check?
I think so. I don't remember exactly how it worked, and I think it was only like $15 or something.
Oh, that's rough for you. That's tough. Usually they don't pay well, right? To be a juror, you get selected for jury duty.
Well, I think it's $15 to $30 a day, and they may up it if you get picked for like a bigger trial.
Yeah,
But I know it's low, but I can't remember if I had like options on how to claim the money or if it was just a check that they print out there. I don't. It's been so long that I don't recall how it happened.
I'm about to rock some of your worlds, okay? Kat says, I think it's like $11 a day. Bootsy said I think it's like $15 a day. I'm about to rock your worlds here. This was a trial concerning allegations made against a sheriff and a district attorney. And the Travis County District Attorney moved to dismiss the charges on July 6th, so a couple of weeks ago. Court records show that the jurors for the trial were sworn in way back on August 13th in 2024. So years ago, 2 years ago, the jurors were sworn in. And the day after, or a couple of days after, the trial started. So the jurors were sworn in August 13th, 2024, and the trial started August 15th, 2024. Prosecutors step up and they go, we move to stay the case, which means they wanted to pause the case in action. And there was appeals and the proceedings were paused. And for like 2 years, nothing really happened with this case. But then a couple of days ago, they said, oh, let's make a judgment on this. And they made a judgment on the case. So the jurors sat for a couple of days. That's it, total on this. But mostly just a lot of time went by. And you get paid $20 a day for your first day of service and $58 for each subsequent day. That's how much you get paid in Texas where this happened. And because of that, the judge goes, all right, I think that's what should happen to the jurors here. And you end up with this story. Travis County District Court Judge Karen Sage, a Karen doing some good, ordered on July 13th that 14 jurors will be paid $26,700 for their service. In a high-profile trial due to an early appeal that stretched the case out for nearly 2 years. Technically, they were jurors on this trial for 2 years, but they weren't doing anything. They were just moving along with their day. And she goes, well, you are to be paid as a juror for all of those days. And it turns out that the jurors get $26,700.
And they didn't even actually deliberate or do jury stuff because they dismissed the charges.
Yeah. So they just got paid because the case started and then nothing happened for 2 years. And then the case finalized and the judge goes, all right, well, let's pay the jurors out. How long were they jurors for? That's a rare win. That's a rare W. $26,700 they were paid for being on this trial that they really didn't do much of anything on. That sounds fair to me. I don't mind that, but let me know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Okay, speaking of that, we might be able to work in a couple of dispatches here on the show. It's easy to send your thoughts. If you want to get involved in what's going on around here, go to thenewsjunkie.com, record yourself, and presto, you're on the show just like this. Here's somebody talking about that pick-a-side with the woman who got a DUI because she got caught having sex in the car with some guy. And the guy got let go, and then the cop said, because you had your keys in your car and you guys were inside the car, you get a DUI for whatever reason. Here's the brown pony.
So here's a thought. So there's two people in the car wasn't moving. He just pulled up to the car and caught them having sex, right?
Sure.
How can he determine which person was driving? Let's say you are driving and you get pulled over and you have a passenger. Both people don't get a DUI, just a driver.
Yeah.
So how can he prove which person was driving? So I wonder if they can use that as a defense.
I don't know. I have to ask Moses, our attorney, about this, Mo DeWitt. It's another weird one to ask him, but it's a good question.
I was also wondering, like, since we're on this topic of people being able to get DUIs without driving the car, like, say if your air condition was messed up and you're like, I'm going to go and sleep in the car with the engine on so that I have some AC so that I'm comfortable, you could still get a DUI if you've had drinks before doing that. But I wonder if, like, for example, I think your car is probably like mine in as much as if you turn on the car, but you put the keys back, like, inside your house or something.
Yeah.
This is very hypothetical. I understand this, but just go on this journey with me. You put the keys back in your house. The car will not go into drive if the keys are not in the zone of the thing, right?
It usually alerts you, I think, right? Like, keys not in vehicle or something. That's what mine does.
Yeah, but I think when the key's not in the vehicle, it won't let you drive it. Like, if it's already parked, I don't think it'll let you move it. So if you could
I think mine lets me drive it. I think it might, but that might be different for different vehicles. Your truck might not do that, C-Lane. And then if that's the case and you're not physically able to drive the vehicle, then 100% you shouldn't get a DUI, right? Because the crime is impossible. You couldn't even commit the crime if you wanted to. I think Dustin had a similar question to this.
You should put this on the Mo list. If you are living in your car and you get absolutely hammered, can you just say, like, I live in my car? I wasn't going to drive anywhere. I'm just sleeping because I live here. I wonder if that would get you a DUI.
All right, we'll ask him. Mo's coming back in. He's been out for a while, and he's coming back in this week. So we'll ask him and see what he says about all this. And I'm interested to see what his response is, because that story brings up a lot of questions, at least for me. I want to see what everybody says.
I think if you're living in your car, if you're living in your car and it's a car, and it's a car, like not an RV, not a Winnebago.
You can't confuse this for a
conversion van. Yeah, this is a car. I think you probably can't get drunk in your domicile, and then if you do, I don't know that a lot of people are going to be on your side. Be like, well, he was in his house. I mean, he lives in his car. Let the guy get drunk.
Is nonsense.
You'd be like, hey, maybe you should save some of that money for a house or something. Like, get your life together and not live in your car.
A lot of rumors flying around right now. Our friend Amy Caulfield posted about this, and I see the tweet now. It says the Miami Heat accidentally posted and then deleted a scheduled YouTube live stream titled LeBron James Introductory Press Conference for July 27th.
Is he taking his talents back to South Beach?
Yeah, I mean, that would be brutal if they did that. Unless this is a promo stunt by them. It says the Miami Heat accidentally posted and then deleted a scheduled YouTube live stream that was called LeBron James Introductory Press Conference for July 27th. A team spokesperson told ESPN the link was mistakenly published while preparing for a possible James signing. So this may have just leaked the whole thing about LeBron James to the press, because he's no longer going to be playing for the Lakers. He's announced that already. And they just make a huge mistake, I guess. The Miami Heat posted a link to a scheduled live stream. It was called LeBron James Introductory Press Conference on their YouTube channel. Their social media department was preparing for the possibility and mistakenly posted this. He's an unrestricted free agent for the first time and is weighing his options. This sounds like he knows what his options are going to be. Sounds a little bit like he knows what his options are going to be. Heat President Pat Riley said last week that he and newly acquired star Giannis Antetokounmpo, I brutalized that. I'm so sorry, NBA fans. Giannis would welcome James to Miami. James entering his 24th season as a basketball player. Won a pair of NBA championships with the Heat on his seasons with the team. So did they make a mistake and accidentally announce LeBron James is headed to the Heat? Could be. That's the talk of the town in the sports world today. And God knows I am tuned into the sports world, baby.
Oh, yeah, buddy.
Got all the info one could ever ask for in that world. Okay. Somebody says, why did that woman have a fake ID if she's 21?
That's a good question.
I don't know the answer to that, Casey. Tips@thenewsjunkie.com is where that email came into. I do not know why the woman in the pick-a-side had a fake ID, considering she was indeed 21 when she was arrested for this. All right, there we go. We are going to, well, you know what? I can work in one more thing real quick because I thought this was absolutely amazing. In Los Angeles, California, you know how they're famous for their police chases over there?
Yes. Why is it there?
I don't know, but tell me, everybody, tell me this isn't the dumbest thing you've ever heard in your life. In your life. There's a high-speed chase going on in California. ABC7 is broadcasting it. And then the car does something that you think would possibly end the police chase. However, policy is that this cannot end a police chase. So here we go. This is the vehicle.
Another westbound turn here, finding another gas station. Might even be the same one. He must be low on gas. Driver stepping out of the vehicle.
He's pulling out of the vehicle, runs into the gas station.
And he's going to drop it right here. Bending. Oh, he's going to get gas.
He's getting gas. In the middle of a police chase. He covers his face with his shirt. He's now filling his car, the car that he's using in a police chase, he's filling it up with gas.
You think he's planning on driving off with the thing attached?
I don't know, but how weird and sort of police cucked is it?
This driver nervously getting gas after
they can't do anything.
Feeling some degree of relief here, although you can tell he's still very animated. He's got his shirt covering his face.
What do you think this large biker is thinking?
There's a big biker next to him at the gas station.
He looks over and the dude is acting like a total loon. He's got his shirt over his face and he's like looking in every direction.
I didn't do anything. I'm just filling up. Nothing weird about this at all. It's totally normal stuff over here. How absolutely weird and cucked is this? Your police department can't stop the police chase when the guy is filling up with gas at the gas station.
Where are the actual law enforcement vehicles?
They're following behind and they're overhead in the chopper, but I guess they are not allowed to stop him.
Aware of the helicopters.
Why? I don't know. It's protocol.
Pretty unaware of the fact that he's pretty much on his own down there. There's really nobody pursuing him anymore. All of the law enforcement has pulled off. LAPD has abandoned this pursuit. California Highway Patrol has
what?
Sorry, has
he's just amazed at what's going on. The helicopter guy's like, is he seriously filling up with gas in the middle of a police chase right now? Yes, yeah.
Sent their helicopter off to other assignments, so it looks like he is really just he's got a little wad of cash there, maybe?
Yeah, he sure does. BDMX Con says they're just a budget increase away from fixing this, I'm sure. True. If only they had a few more dollars, then they would be able to stop these pesky people in these police chases. Bro, he's filling up with gas. He's swarming, and it says it's protocol. It says LAPD guidelines force police to allow a suspect in a stolen sedan to stop at a gas station to refuel during a high-speed chase. To reduce risk to the public, they allowed air support to track while the suspect refueled before resuming his getaway. And then he just drove out of there, I guess. How stupid.
Couldn't be acting any more suspicious.
True. Got a shirt on his head. We all know what you're up to. And he just fills up. In California, too. This is pricey. More expensive than the vehicle, perhaps, that he's driving. Oh, it's done? It's done. Who just throws it out? He didn't even hang it back up. He just threw it out onto the ground.
Just dropping the drop. This is wild.
Yeah, it's weird. What a dumb rule, man. What are we doing here? How insane is it that we go, look, it's so dangerous. We can't possibly chase people in a high-speed chase. So what we'll do is let it be broadcast live on television.
Why not just stay at the gas station?
Just stay. Is it like playing tag?
Who was it? Was it Antonio Brown that just stayed in his house until the cops gave up?
This is the secret. You know, you go into websites and it's like the one secret that the cops don't want you to know. This is it. There are ways to get around getting arrested. High speed chasing it, just go fill up at the gas station and you are A-OK over there. God bless them. There you are. I think they maybe should rework that. Can't we get some grapplers for them? The grappler that they shoot out of the police car and like kind of pull them in Batman style?
Worked a lot better when the car had little gas.
I think so. That might have been a better idea. A massive failure in New Jersey leads to some big headlines. We'll touch on that. Also, when we come back, this is it.
So insane.
This is it. This is the end of the show. I am going to be canceled. I hate to tell this to you now, but I'll give you the details as to why in just a moment. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Quick, tell me my future.
Whatever. How's your ass?
Yes. Yes.
Now you got me all pissed off because you made fun of my damn hat. That's a good hat.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
Look out for road rangers off to the shoulder, clearing up an accident eastbound on I-4 before you head over St. John's River Bridge. A crash on Lee Road by the interstate. An accident at the intersection.
Hello. Welcome behind the scenes. I hope you're doing well on a Wednesday. My, oh my, is that crazy? How weird. Just arrest the guy. Kurt says, I wish Florida would televise police chases. Sean, donate a grappler? How much does a grappler cost? Stand by. Stand by. What's up?
Hey, what's
Hello?
up? What's on your mind? Yep, I'm right here. What's up?
Why are you so weird?
I mean, fair question. I can get a little quirky sometimes, but if something felt off, tell me what you didn't like and I'll tighten it up.
I just want to ask you a question. Why are you yapping so much?
Got it. Ask away. I'll keep it tight.
You're not keeping it tight and even saying that. Just say, when I finish this sentence, no more yapping, no more nonsense. Say, I await your question. That's it. No more.
I await your question.
Thank you. Could have done that right off the jump. We wouldn't have had any problem like this at all. The police use a device called a grappler to safely, hopefully, stop suspects during high-speed chases. I want to know, how much does a grappler cost?
Let me check on that real quick. It's generally about $5,000 to $8,000 per car, depending on the install and training.
Damn. Wow. Hey, I have another question for you.
Go for it.
I told you to say, I await your question.
I await your question.
And say, I'm sorry for previously not saying, I await your question, and sort of yapping it up too much.
I'm sorry for previously not saying, I await your question and sort of yapping it up too much.
And I'm sorry for that stuff that I have on my laptop. That's definitely illegal, and I hope that the cops don't find it.
I'll be right back. I can't.
Okay. Homeboy said, I'll be right back. Bro, what does that mean? You know what I mean? I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Hey, weed consumer. Hey, Silk over on Twitch. ESEC. How are we? M3. Mike. Hey, everybody. You guys, you can subscribe with a premium subscription over on thenewsjunkie.com. That's the best way to support the show. It's a middle finger to the suits in many ways. Bring your money directly to the folks who are putting on the show each day. Show your support and bring other people into the world of secret shows. In fact, there's one tomorrow, like every Thursday at 8 p.m., streaming live right here from the studio. God bless you. And I do think we could get to the record today with your generosity. Let me see. Let me see how far away we are. Is this possible? That would make my friggin' month. I would be so excited. All right. There's a couple left right now. People are gobbling those up as I speak. And let me see. By the way, you can gift by just hitting the gift icon. And when you check out, there's items that you can get. I'll tell you what they are in just a moment here. But, all right, we are about 50 subs, meaning you could subscribe or gift them to other people, away from our all-time record. The rewards, I put some new stuff up there. I put the Black Whopper stickers and the Looking Good stickers up there. We still have random magnets and some other items for you. For each thing that you gift or for your subscription itself, if you're just subscribing for the first time, you get to claim something on the way out. So thank you so much. I mean, if we could somehow get over like right around 50 more subscriptions today, we will hit the record. Sean, did you wish Josh a happy birthday? Josh, happy birthday. I didn't text him yet. I got to do that. Josh, what? Foul something? Foul something? Link up Jason. Thanks for the 88 months. Secret Show subscriber. Damn. Happy birthday, buddy. You have yourself a great time and be safe. There. Happy birthday to Josh Fowler. I think he's wandering around Epcot today or something. Thank you, Tom, for the gifted subscription. Hell, what does that put us? 49 away? Every single one counts. We could get to the record today. That would blow my mind, man. Absolutely blow my mind. All right, here we go. We're coming back right now. Stand by.
Internet. Honey, it's going to be another late one. We're going to need more snacks.
Tell all your neighbors, AT&T Fiber has arrived. Hyper-fast internet is now available in your neighborhood. Learn more at att.com/internet. Limited availability in select areas.
Why do you love movies? Is it the emotion, the spectacle, the escapism? On Raiders of the Lost podcast, we explore cinema like no one else, including huge interviews with stars like Ryan Gosling on Project Hail Mary.
It was like the Jaws shark. Didn't always work, came with its own problems. That's what made it great. The heart of the movie is Rocky and Grace, and their friendship is hard-earned.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search Raiders of the Lost podcast, and listen now.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Green. Green. That's green. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
Junkie.com tips at thenewsjunkie.com. If you want to be anonymous, that's fine. Just put that right up on top. Otherwise, I'll probably blab your name before I see it. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. Somebody sent this in for us to look at, and they're like, yeah, this should be a pick a side on this. And I said, I don't know that I can help you out there. You know, like they sent something that is about a thing that Sealand and I know literally nothing about. We don't have any information about this. I don't know that I'll be able to tell you who's in the right or who's in the wrong, but I will try. This is from a gym, so that's why we don't have the required expertise.
Is it about etiquette, gym etiquette?
I think so. Hang on, let me see here. This is about a woman who's on one of these machines, and one of the problems, I don't even know what this machine is. I don't even know what I'm looking at here.
I need to see her moving.
Okay, she's on the machine. some like weightlifting thing or something, and another woman comes up to her.
Excuse me, are you done? I just got on. I have like 2 sets left. I've been watching you for 10 minutes.
Are you done? And she goes, like, I just got on. I got 2 sets left. I've been watching you for 10 minutes.
On this machine? Yeah, I mean, yeah. You guys these kids take forever on these machines. So.
She said these kids take forever on this machine. Let me see if I can pump up the volume. I feel we're just going to hear I think we might just hear the background music louder, but let's see if this makes it better.
I just got on. Can I get on so I can finish? I've only done 1 set. I've been here for like 2 minutes. I have 2 more sets left. It'll take me like 5 minutes. I don't have 5 minutes. Can you just?
I don't have 5 minutes.
Do you want to work in with me? No, I just want to use it so I can go home.
What does that even mean? Do you want to work in with me? Does that mean like I'll do a set and then you do a set while I'm resting and then we go like, back and forth? I'm assuming. I'm assuming that's what that means. Yeah, work in a set.
Yeah, because I've already done 1 set, so I don't want to just do another set when I'm done. But then I don't know how long you're going to take. I won't. I'll take 2 minutes. I just don't use my machine. I have to go home. Me too, though. So if you want to work in with me, we can totally go set by set. But I've already done a set, so I can't stop it.
Once you start a set, you cannot stop it. That's what this lady is saying.
You can go set by set, but I've already done a set.
I don't know what any of this means.
I know what a set is.
This is 5 minutes. I will be done in 5 minutes. This is my last workout, so I can't.
So the older lady, I guess, who's got her hands on her hips, she doesn't even look like she's in workout gear, which is kind of confusing. She comes up to the younger woman on the fitness machine, and she says, "You've been taking it up for too long. I just need 2 minutes. Will you get off so I can do this for 2 minutes?" And she goes, "No."
Oh, Kurt Studman knows what it is. He said it's called a Sybian. The woman sitting on a Sybian.
I don't think that's it.
How would you know? You're not a gym guy.
I know that's not a gym thing. All right. I think it's some sort of, you like sit down and then you lift weights on it or something. I don't know.
This lady's wasting so much more time confronting the woman than it would be, just let her do her sets.
All I know is there's a lunk alert. I know that if you go to Planet Fitness and you're too loud and you're like, and you're making too much noise, I know that they'll yell at you for that. I know that the other machines that I see in the background, there's a lot of them, but maybe this is a specific machine that she's using. And some of
the other machines they have more than one of. Is there not more than one of this machine? Like, I'm curious if this is, real.
Yeah, my bigger problem with this is that this woman is filming her workout. And stop filming your workout, for God's sake. Stop with this nonsense, all right? Stop with the filming of your workout. You want to film your workout? Home gym time, baby, all right? Everybody else in the gym, like, this is why people who aren't quite there yet, like, I don't want to say C-Lane, but let's just take C-Lane for an example. Like, he looks good.
You can easily use yourself as an example.
Looks great. I have to talk about somebody else here.
Mm-hmm.
So if it was you could use me as an example. But it looks great. We all know it. We all know that C-Lane looks great. But here's the deal. If he wanted to get even more ripped at the gym, he's going to go in there for a little while. It takes some time to sort of perfect yourself. People don't want to show the world the work in progress. They don't want to be seen on the back of your stupid video in the gym.
Yes, they do. Trust me.
Only when they get somewhere, I think. No, you're saying like when you're ripped or you got like a six-pack or something.
Well, then if you want to show your progress, you need to film the progress.
Yeah, but I don't want to be in the background just getting squeak in the gym and I look like an idiot in the background.
Oh, that's, then home gym time.
You don't have, no, why do I have to go to the home gym? If you want to film, you go to the home gym. That's the way this should be. Oh, my God. Hard disagree.
Find another machine.
There is no other machine. Hard disagree.
Maybe the gyms have a phone zone and a no phone zone.
No, I don't think you're supposed to do this. Maybe they allow you. But the idea, Bird Nerd says, the gym I go to has a no recording policy. They all should. If you want to film and do like influencer stuff, do it at your own house. Or maybe there should be like influencer sections or something. But
a phone zone.
The idea that you're in the gym and it's your first couple of weeks, or maybe you're just not that photogenic, or maybe you don't want to be on camera. Like, what the hell?
I think the main reason not the main reason, but I think a big reason for a gym having a no recording policy would not necessarily just be because other people don't want to be innocent bystanders in your TikTok video or whatever you're trying to do here. I think that's part of it. Yeah, you don't want to make others uncomfortable by, having them inadvertently be in the background looking all fat in your video. However,
I don't want to look fat in the background of somebody's video. Yeah.
Right, that's fine. I think the other thing is, though, as this woman is complaining about this, she's saying the woman's been on this machine for 10 minutes. And she's like, no, I've only been on this machine for 5 minutes. I've done one set. I got 2 more sets. How long did it take you to set up that phone? Are you taking up more people's time by having to set up your phone? You're making sure you got the right angle, mounting it to something or putting up a tripod or something stupid. Like it's really, if you find a vast importance in documenting every part of your workout for the social meds, then you are taking up significantly more time everywhere in the gym that you're having to pivot these shots and set up these things.
I agree. And I think, why on earth wouldn't you just say flat out no phones in the gym? Because wouldn't way more people be happy about that other than the people who are going to be mad? What percentage of people are going to be upset by this? Only the stupid influencer
It would have
people.
to be no recording, not no phones. There's plenty of reasons to have phones.
Sorry. No recording. And AJ says, I go to Planet Fitness. They don't care about S. So many phones recording all the time. Like, I think that's just a win. I would go, hey, at this gym, come in, have fun, better yourself, get in shape, get the body of your dreams, be all the sexy you want to be.
You sound like the gym from Dodgeball,
yeah.
Hey, everybody, come up. We're coming
Average
up with
Joes?
Yeah, Average Joes.
I say no phones in gyms. That's the biggest thing about this that I pick up. But I don't know about the working in. Whoever sent this, I can't really help you out with the etiquette.
You were right on guessing via context what work in means. To share a piece of equipment with another person, you perform your set while they rest, then you alternate back and forth.
One at a time? Okay. Yeah. I mean, that seemed like a nice offer, right? Like, we'll do this. But then again, does the woman really want to work in with you when you have a camera pointed at the machine that you guys are both going to be using?
Or do you want to work in with this lady who's being a total bitch about how long you're taking?
That might be awkward too, but there you go. Gym rats, tell us what we got right or wrong about all of this. Send your dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. There is a Twitch streamer who right now is getting canceled. I fear they're going to pull me along with them. I think that the potential for me to also be dragged into this is very, very large because of something that they have in their streaming setup. Now, this dude is, I don't support him at all. I think he's a dumb commie. But, such as like streaming. The streaming world has different people with different opinions. But it's something in his streaming setup that's currently getting him canceled. And it's hitting close to home.
Okay.
Hitting a little close to home. Take a look around the streaming setup. Take a look around the streaming setup of this guy. All right. Yep. The closer you get to the monitor, the closer you'll discover. What are you seeing there?
He's got some heads, some pictures of dogs.
Yep.
A picture of Barack Obama and the Queen.
Yeah, that's not it. That's not the one that's doing him in right now.
But you have a picture of Barack Obama and the Queen.
I don't have Barack Obama and the Queen.
You love Obama and the royal family, so you're like perfect picture to put up. Has both of my two big loves there. He's got a GameCube in there, I think.
What about this right here? What can you tell? It's a little blurry in this particular shot.
He has a newspaper of 9/11.
Yeah. That I happen to have one of those, and now this was the clip that started.
Also, you might have noticed some changes behind me. I finally framed the Cutie Cinderella newspaper from 9/11, the morning of 9/12.
Cutie Cinderella?
The newspaper right there.
It's another streamer.
The newspaper that covered 9/11. It's now
he acts like there's only
officially
one
sitting behind me. And
most
I
covered
moved
story.
it.
Yeah. Everybody else was dead silent the next day.
I got the newspaper that covered 9/11, eh?
Yeah, if you were really cool, you'd have the Onion newspaper from 9/12, which was holy effing F, I can't believe that effing happened, or something similar. But he's got the New York Times newspaper from 9/12 about the Twin Towers being hit on 9/11. I also have this, all right? But I will say, get away from me. You can't cancel me for this. I'm the news junkie. I've obsessed over news for a very long time. My entire office, if you went in my office, you'd be like, whoa, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I've got headlines about Hitler being killed. I've got JFK assassinated. I've got Elvis Presley dead. I've got 9/11 happening. I've got the Humanity when the Zeppelin went down. I've got all of these different newspapers framed and displayed in my office. However, I think his is probably different because he's a commie, so his is more of like a trophy in the back. Like that was a good day. Mine is not like Ice Cube's today it was a good day. Mine is just like, hey, I like the news and I find this to be important.
Today it was a good day?
That's what he says. Yeah. Today it was a good day. Today it was this is a
Korean
version.
Poster up in place of the fan art. We're going to find a new place to put all the fan art.
Still don't know how people watch this.
Okay. But in any case, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and MBs, that's a PSA 10, by the way. That 9/11 poster, or not, the 9/11 news article is a PSA 10.
Okay. It's not, just for the record, this is pedantry here, but they do not grade newspapers. The PSA people who grade comic books and baseball cards and all, they don't grade newspapers. This is one of those things I know because I do collect these things. I do have some of the best ones that you could have.
Because you don't have a PSA 10.
There's no such thing. They don't grade the newspapers, all right?
Your Hitler one's like a PSA 2 at best.
Do I have a Hitler newspaper? Yes. Do I have a 9/11 newspaper? Yes. Is mine in celebration of what the terrorists did on 9/11? No. His is. Mine is not, right? He's the commie. I'm not the commie, all right?
Didn't mention whether or not his Hitler newspaper was a celebration.
What do you say? Get out. Here it is. This is the one. I have this newspaper. In fact, hold on. I think I'm even very quickly. Very, very, very quickly. Hang on. Sealand, I'll text it to you so I can pull it up over here. It's the weirdest setup that we have. But I actually have this in my office, not displayed in a way I think that should get me canceled. You folks can decide. I happen to think that this is totally normal for somebody like me. You can see on the right side of me, that Barrow and Girl, that's a Bonnie and Clyde Columbus Dispatch newspaper.
That's not only a Bonnie and Clyde, it is a PSA 4.
It's not PSA. They don't do that. And then U.S. attacked, hijacked jets, destroyed the Twin Towers. That's the real one. And if we were rating them, mine's probably a better quality than the other dudes, right?
But they don't rate them.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Hassan was already canceled for the shock collar on his dog thing. Yeah, lame to shock your dog. That's quite a lame thing. Still streams to 30,000 people. There's a lot of kids who like the commie stuff on Twitch. I mean, I wouldn't take much away from
Communism is so hot right now.
It is really, really cool. But don't cancel me for these things. I don't have them as celebration. This is just a room where the ladies can get super excited. Every time they go in there and see my newspapers, the ladies are
not
like,
a dry
wow.
seat in the office.
No. All right. Quick break. Back in just a moment with the hot sheet. We'll get to that. And we've got much more in the second half of the show on the way. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 8 p.m., it's Good Sauce with Ross and Joel. At 9, it's...
And the stream continues. Welcome behind the scene. Chaos says it's not 30,000, it's like 20,000 bots. I mean, I never know. I think there's enough people to watch these kind of streams. You know, they want to hear like radical political crap regurgitated and spat out in their direction, and people who are LARPing like life is some big game of Risk or something, you know? Like, wouldn't it be really cool if we did this giant experiment on the population of the United States of America and made everybody poor and destitute? Wouldn't bringing back the bread lines be based? Wouldn't that be absolutely awesome? I'm a no on that one. But I think it's maybe easier to push that when you're inside your mansion. That's how it goes. Used to have a Nixon Resign newspaper and Mount St. Helens eruption. Those are cool. Not many of them are super valuable. I can't bring you with me. I should be able to do that into my office so I could show you the different ones I have. But I have World War I is ended. World War I is ended. Adolf Hitler dead. I have that one. I have the 9/11 poster. Elvis dead. JFK shot and killed. From, I think, the Dallas Morning News. Here's the crazy thing. None of them are really worth any money. There's only one newspaper, if you have it in perfect condition, would be worth a decent amount of cash because of the headline. Anybody know what that is? Quick question for you, trivia-wise. One newspaper that has a headline that makes it actually worth a little bit of money. Any guesses? Not to people like me, because I'll buy these things. But even a good, I have a Man Landed on the Moon. I have that beautiful Philadelphia Inquirer front page. Love that one. It's when the newspaper got the presidency wrong. That's right. Dewey defeats Truman, I think is what it was, right? Dewey defeats Truman, which they printed. What was that? Was that the Chicago Tribune? Stand by. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
I have a question for you.
Shoot.
I told you to say, I await your question.
I await your question.
Thank you. Dewey defeats Truman, a newspaper mistake. Was that the Chicago Tribune?
Yeah, that was the Chicago Tribune in 48. They went to print early, assuming Dewey had won because of early returns and that tight production deadline. Truman actually pulled it off and then held up that paper with a big grin for the cameras. It's a classic moment.
How much is that newspaper worth today?
One moment, checking.
All right, he's checking.
An original, yeah. So an original in rough shape might go for a few $100s. Nicer complete copies can hit $1,500, $3,000, sometimes more. Reprints, though, are common and cheap.
Yeah, you don't want that.
See one, it's worth checking.
Yeah, you don't want a reprint's garbage. Nobody wants that. That's like having one of the reprints of the first Playboy magazine. No one cares. They reprinted it 3 times, I think. You don't want that. You want the original Marilyn Monroe Playboy, the one that launched it all. It's the only one that's worth money. Or I have, and I'm not bragging here, the first issue of Rolling Stone magazine. Sean, what app are you using? It's a very secretive, exclusive app called ChatGPT. That's what that is. All right, we're coming back right now, live on the show in just a moment with the hot sheet. Stand by.
Positive this summer. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Divers Down Safety is all about visibility and distance. Whether you're diving, snorkeling, or harvesting, use a device that's clearly visible from all directions. Boaters, always keep a safe distance and more when possible. Know the rules and stay safe. Visit myfwc.com.
What if we told you Matt Damon was screaming on set to get his voice weather warned for The Odyssey? From the TikTok Podcast Network, Raiders of the Lost Podcast has the whole story about the biggest movies of the summer. Download the iHeartRadio app and search Raiders of the Lost Podcast now.
This portion of the News Junkie is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Radio. 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 104.1.
Because you're never too old to learn something stupid. This is the News Junkie.
We'll see what's happening there. And then into the second half of the show where we have so much more to get into, including another pick-a-side that people have been sending over, and it's a good one. Right now, it's time, everybody. Let's do the hot sheets.
Check the hot sheet. It's news, but not like real important news.
Best investigative reporting on the planet.
The top stories from the people on your screens and speakers are on the hot sheet with C-Lane.
Yeah, the hot sheet brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. The top 5 stories in the nonsense news, and we start off on a sad note, unfortunately. And one of the kind of more awkward headlines I keep looking at all day. This young actress has passed away in a tragic car accident in Maryland.
Oh, no.
She's from Godzilla vs. Kong, and her name is Kaylee Hottle,
right.
Hottle, but every time I look at it, it's like, you just glance at it and it looks like Kaylee Hottie, which is so weird because she's passed away.
Damn, you're right. I'm looking at it. It literally looks like it says Kaylee Hottie when. So she was so young, this girl. Damn.
18 years old, a deaf actress best known for playing Gia in 2 Godzilla films. She was killed in a car accident early Tuesday morning in Maryland. Her father, Joshua Hottle, shared the tragic news in a nearly 23-minute long live stream, which I will not play for 2 reasons. One, because he doesn't speak in it. His daughter was deaf, so he did the entire live stream in American Sign Language, which means you can only hear him crying. It's
my
just
God.
Heartbreaking video to watch. He learned Kaylee was involved in a serious car accident. Officials called him shortly after this initial shock to inform her heart had stopped on the way to the hospital. She played Gia in Godzilla vs. Kong in 2021, a teenager who communicates with King Kong via sign language and lives on Skull Island with Dr. Eileen Andrews. She reprised the role in 2024, Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire. Bad news for Apple Music subscribers, but I mean, this is pretty much going around everywhere you subscribe to streaming music. Apple Music is increasing its subscription prices with immediate effect due to rising licensing costs. Can't absorb those. The plan changes. It looks like individual plan is changing from the previous cost of $10.99 to $11.99. It's going up $1 in each plan, except the family plan is going up a whole $3 a month. But they did confirm that they're implementing new features to let users know if the music they were listening to was made using AI. Before the changes, the label or distributor, mind you, needed to manually choose if it wanted to flag when AI had been used. However, it's now required when uploading new content to the streaming services.
Don't you get the feeling, C-Line, that that's just how this is going to go? Like everything we subscribe to is now just going to go up, until they just bleed us dry on all the Netflixes.
And then you just go back to cable.
Apple,
if cable even still exists.
Please.
Looks like Ryan Reynolds will be putting the Deadpool suit on once again. The actor confirmed during a recent appearance at Fanatics Fest 2026, another Deadpool movie is coming. Following the box office success of 2024's Deadpool and Wolverine. Not much more details were given whether the film would be another solo Deadpool installment or more of an ensemble film. However, Reynolds previously stated he did not see another solo Deadpool in his future. He said a 4th time feels a little iterative and redundant, but there's still like room for Deadpool with other arcs, other characters in the mix. Deadpool and Wolverine was the top grossing R-rated movie of all time, collecting over $1.3 billion globally. Another band is in talks to start a residency at the Sphere in Las Vegas, this time coming from the Great North. That would be Canadian rockers Rush. They might be headed to the Sphere. The Sphere
People like Rush.
People love Rush. They've been on tour with the new drummer. There's been a lot of great reviews coming from their shows. With hits like Limelight, Tom Sawyer, and The Spirit of Radio, they scored not only number one after number one hit, but sold over 50 million albums. And now they could be headed for the Sphere. Meanwhile, the Sphere itself, they're planning for their next phase of existence, which is longevity. The plan is to map out a moving roster of acts who can come in and out for the next 5 or so years. So they're just trying to build up sort of a kind of a team where they're like, all right, we'll give some time to Rush, we'll give some time to Metallica, maybe the Backstreet Boys will continue doing this thing. And but it's been wildly successful. Like
Yeah.
a lot of these residencies at the Sphere have been selling out. The tickets are oftentimes top dollar, but people are making like a trip. They're making it a vacation because it's a destination concert to go see a band, their favorite band, at this like one of a kind venue. You were saying?
Yeah. No, I'm saying it's done so much better than I thought. I thought that was going to be a big giant flop, but it actually has done pretty well.
It's pretty cool. A lot of the footage that I've seen come out of it, I would like to see a show there. I don't know. They say like you can, try to get some tickets for the like lower amount, but they're way up high. But I'm like, I don't know if you want to be front row at a Sphere concert. And I've tried to like ask people about this who have gone, but
Are you like this? Are you like this?
You never want to be front row at like the IMAX theater, right? You want to be at a good distance from the screen so you can see everything. So you would think at your normal concert, the top dollar ticket would be one that puts you closest to the band. But
That makes sense.
I would think at the Sphere, you would want to be like, all right, well, I want to see all these visuals, all this cool stuff they're doing with the screens. I might want to be sort of in the center of all things, like, but farther from the band so I could see everything go down. And hard to believe it has been a year. But do you remember what happened 1 year ago today? What we found out? We lost a very popular musician. Let's go this one right here.
Oh, Ozzy Osbourne.
It has been 1 year since Ozzy Osbourne passed away, and Sharon Osbourne is sharing how fans can honor him on the first anniversary of his death. She said, as Ozzy would say, when you want to remember me, just yank up the music really loud. I've never heard of yanking up the music. I would crank up my music.
Yank it up and rip the knob
Yank
off.
up that music really loud as you can get it, and just headbang. Sharon said in an interview with the BBC, which marks today 1 year since the rock legend died. Hey, the mortgage guy Don is the sponsor of the Hot Sheet, and he wants to let you know that the number one mistake people make when getting a mortgage quote is not comparing it at all, just taking it, signing the paperwork. Don't do that. Go to the website, That Mortgage Guy Don, take a picture of your quote. You can do it on your phone. It's that easy, and he'll tell you if you're leaving money on the table. Hit him up today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Quick break. When we come back, an update on a story we've been following over the last couple of days here. You got to hear this, plus a legendary actor in some trouble. Why? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Hey, everybody. Welcome behind the scenes. How are you? People ask me sometimes, what is better, YouTube, Twitch, or TNJ Chat? They ask me this all the time. Who is better? Who is the superior platform, Sean? YouTube, Twitch, or TNJ Chat? And I tell them, what do you think I say to their faces? What do you think my answer is? A teacher in trouble, an exclusive for the stream. Facebook, I don't say Facebook. MySpace, Ask.Jeeves. Chat.thenewsjunkie.com is best for chat, but Twitch is better for viewing. Huh? YouTube says it's us. It's on our side. Somebody on YouTube saying TNJ Chat. You would think that's what I would say, so that makes sense. I mean, they're all good in their own way, and they're all bad in their own way. Right? We can't do boob gifs here? I thought you could on Twitch. What, didn't Twitch say that they were going to allow, like, GIFs? Like, GIF responses? By the way, does Mega Chat bring up GIFs? Does it bring them up? If you guys hit me with GIFs right now. You know, I see Das Hefe saying I like YouTube. Insecure Walrus says, I watch YouTube and chat and TNJ Chat. We could still do old school BOOBS. I think TNJ chat can still do the GIFs and they'll show up. Oh, yeah, see? There. Yeah, it still works. Yeah. It's a blessing and a curse all at the same time. Because they have an itchy trigger finger for every boob GIF ever. I don't know why. Here's the kicker. It's mostly women on TNJ chat. It's mostly lovely ladies, fantastic people. But the GIFs are always boobs. I can't make sense of it. I can't make sense of it. You give them a toy, this is what they're going to do. All right, here's the story. A former high school teacher has been banned from the profession for 5 years after sending a series of messages to a student. The teenager was in a program that the teacher was teaching when the exchange took place in May. According to the summary, Jeffrey Jennings, the teacher is a man. Jeffrey Jennings, unless that's a woman, that's quite odd. Jeffrey Jennings was teaching, and it says the document does not specify which program he was teaching or the school, but I'm sure the locals know that. According to the summary, Jennings sent the messages as part of a broader conversation with the teenager after he clicked her Instagram profile. Hold on. Jeffrey Allen Jennings is a woman? How do I make sense of this? Jeffrey Allen Jennings is the teacher. That's a woman named Jeffrey? The student says, your shower story turned me on a lot. I was looking at it today. I saw you after coming out of the shower with the censorship sign over your breast, the student said. And I wanted to see them. And there was a steam on the mirror, and I wanted there not to be steam, the student said. He also told her in a hot tub while not wearing a bathing suit was really hot. There were so many things I was not allowed to say to you, he said. The teacher has been booted and banned from the profession for 5 years. Only for 5 years? You only banned the teacher for 5 years? Bro, what? Hold on. Jeffrey Allen Jennings? Jennings? How is that a woman named Jeffrey? I've never met a woman named Jeffrey. I never met a female Jeffrey in my life. She won't be hot in 5 years, so there's no problem. Is that how it works? Good God. She's banned until he graduates. This is why. The gifts.
Year with promo code Beck at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code Beck. LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
Win $25,000 in free impact windows from Reese Windows. Text TRUST to 20129.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Home of the world famous Game of Magnets. This is the
where we're always having some fun in the world's most viral newsroom, and you can learn more about the show over on the website, which is at thenewsjunkie.com.
One of the big headlines today, it's kind of crazy, actually. They said there was some sort of error or a mistake, they called it, that led to 6,600 non-citizens being registered to vote in New Jersey. So in New Jersey, I guess.
Error, huh?
They had like, you know, the little system that you have when you go to the DMV and it asks you questions on a screen and then you get your license afterwards.
It's been a long time, but I can imagine.
One of those machines, you like go up to the little kiosk and it says, you know, are you a citizen? Are you not? Are you getting your driver's license? You know, what are you doing? And they said that there was an error, and that ended up with 6,600 non-citizens who were registered to vote. Yeah, this is going to give a lot of fodder to the cheating people for sure. This says about 6,600 people who indicated they were non-citizens while obtaining New Jersey driver's licenses and other state IDs were improperly registered to vote in 2023 and 2024, according to the governor. They said the Democratic governor who took office this year blamed a Motor Vehicle Commission system software error, but said preliminary analysis showed that fewer than 400 of those who registered that way went on to cast ballots. Well, hang on. Isn't the story actually that 400 people who shouldn't have been able to vote voted? That still seems kind of bad. Like you shouldn't be able to do that.
I think maybe when you approach it with the number of people who were issued, not voting licenses, but voter registrations, and then you compare that to the number that voted, it makes them look better. They're like, see, it's not as bad because it could have been 6,000 people.
And then I wonder, is there just a little screen that asks people, are you a citizen or not citizen? What if they just put, oh, I'm a citizen? Do they have to show anything, or does that automatically just make them register to vote as a citizen? That doesn't seem great.
You'd think that part would be in the system already and not be a yes or no question.
I would have thought this was too, but the revelation comes as the president and other Republicans continue to assert that voting by non-citizens is rampant in our elections, even though it's rare and when caught can be punished as a felony that can lead to deportations. One of the funny stories was, if you haven't heard this, there was a woman that was, oh no, I'm in trouble. Okay. I just noticed something happening. All right. There's a woman that was in California and wanted to prove that the voting system was screwy. So, Celine, check this out because I don't want to screw it up. She registered her dog to vote and then got caught because she voted as her dog. And it was a Republican woman.
I think we
who
talked about her.
I think we did, right? Like she was trying to prove a point, and she did this to prove the point, and then they arrested her.
There's proving a point, like registering your dog to vote would be proving a point.
Yeah.
Voting as your dog, that's a dangerous way to prove a point because that is, what, a felony, is it? It's illegal.
I would rather dogs vote than some people who legitimately do vote. Honest to God, I would. But if you're going to do this, I feel like this is equivalent to pointing out to a tech company that there's a bug in your code. And she tried to do that, but then she did cast the vote as her dog. And I think she got arrested, as I recall.
There's pointing out to a tech company that there's a bug in your code. And then like by going, here's the bug in your code and here's how I found it. Or here's a bug in your code, and here is a download of all of your customers' credit card numbers for the world to just peruse.
You had to prove to them, though.
Costa
right?
Mesa resident. A lot of times when that happens, I think they go like, "Hey, I'm going to tell you about this, and if you don't do anything about it, I'm going to tell other people about this." You know, and it kind of forces their hand to fix the bug.
Florida Scratcher on YouTube says, Celine, that's just the 400 that have been caught / confirmed. Well, can't they just put all 6,000 into like a machine and see if those people voted? I assume that's what they did. I assume that's how they found out there was 400, right?
You would think.
I would think that they would be able to check to see if those people voted or not. But I don't know.
You're talking about Costa Mesa resident Laura Lee Yorek, 63 years old, bragged on social media about registering her dog to vote and subsequently cast ballots in the animal's name. She pled guilty to a misdemeanor. I was wrong. Or maybe they put it down.
It could have been
because
they reduced the charge.
As part of her agreement to plead guilty, prosecutors will dismiss 4 felony counts of perjury, procurement, or false or forged document to be filed, and 2 counts of not being entitled to vote in an election.
So this is just one of those things that looks real bad when you go, oh, just a little bit of an issue we had here. Nobody take this too seriously. 6,600 non-citizens registered to vote after an error in New Jersey motor vehicle system. Governor says, I don't like the system should not be set up in such a way that there could be an error that would allow any of this to happen to begin with. But maybe that's Monday morning quarterbacking.
That's what an error is.
I mean, I think all of this should be easy. But then I would go, well, everybody should just have to show their ID to be able to vote, which makes perfect sense to me. But then if you can just get an ID like everybody else, even if you're not a citizen, then you could show that ID. I mean,
they're calling it an error. Was it a bug? Was it something they didn't think about when they designed the system, and it was just poor planning on their part, or was it like just a mistake that somebody made? Like they didn't cross a T or dot an I somewhere, and that allowed 6,000 people to get voter registrations.
Good question. The governor of the state of New Jersey, Mickey Sherrill, says this. Last week, I learned that the serious software error in New Jersey's motor vehicle system led to the registration of roughly 6,600 people who indicated they were not U.S. citizens between June 2023 and June 2024, almost 3 years prior to my taking office. She's a little distancing of herself there. These individuals answered no when they were asked on a keypad whether they were a U.S. citizen when applying for driver's licenses and identification cards, but through no fault of their own, the system registered them anyway. This happened under the previous administration. Upon learning of this information, I ordered my chief counsel to launch an investigation as to what happened. Our preliminary analysis shows fewer than 400 individuals who were newly registered for the first time because of the error voted. They were registered as Democrats, Republicans, unaffiliated voters, and were scattered across the state. They don't give a breakdown of what the 400 people who actually voted were, but they said some of each category. I want to underscore how seriously I take this matter. As a military veteran who swore an oath to defend our Constitution and as a former federal prosecutor, I believe the integrity of our elections is fundamental to our democracy. New Jerseyans should have confidence that every eligible citizen can vote, every lawful vote will be counted, and every reasonable step will be taken to protect the integrity of our elections. That's my responsibility, says the governor of New Jersey, and one I will never stop fighting to uphold.
There was a very close juxtaposition of this happened before I was here, and this is my responsibility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think, I don't know, this should be something that they check 8 billion times before they put it out into the field and end up registering people to vote who shouldn't vote. I don't think it's a radical stance to say that we should make sure people are legit voters, and that the most important thing in the world is that people think elections are fair. And that's been a big problem out there, that people have stirred that stuff up. And there's been people who don't think that the elections are fair. I mean, I always think, I don't care what your politics are so much. If you want to go out there and try to get a lot of people to agree with you and get some elected officials in office that agree with you and then push through whatever change you think is going to be the popular thing, that's fine. But everything needs to be fair. Everything needs to be legit, and people need to trust that that's the case. Otherwise, we're completely falling apart. That's a bad thing when that happens, obviously. All right, there you go. That's the governor of New Jersey and her thoughts on that. Give us yours now. What do you think about this? Do you think this happens more often? Do you think this was actually an error? Let us know. Send your dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Okay, let's see. I have an update on a story that we were talking about. Was this when did we talk about the lady in Memphis who shot the guy who was under her teenage daughter's bed? Was that yesterday or the day before?
I thought it was Monday.
Might have been Monday on the show. We discussed this, and I guess there's some updates about this. The mother, her bond has been set at $100,000, but I was told that there's some new information about the guy who the mom killed that could change everything here. Let's see what we got. Here we go.
In the case of a Memphis mother accused of shooting and killing a man she says she found hiding under her daughter's bed. In court this morning, Kendra Scott, who is charged with first-degree murder, had her bond set at $100,000 and was also ordered not to have contact with the victim's family.
Okay.
Memphis police say when they initially arrived to the scene last week, the victim, Rodarius Morton, was found dead near the home's porch after he had been shot in the back of the head.
If you're new to this, you didn't hear this on the show before, this guy was 20 years old, Celine, I believe, right?
Yes.
20, and he was 20 years old.
The
he was
girl was
invited
13.
over by the 13-year-old girl who lived at this house. And this girl said, come on over, sneak in the back door. The 20-year-old comes over at 2 a.m., basically. Mom had said in the past, if I find anybody in your room, I'm going to kill him. And they knew that the mom had a gun. The mom starts banging on the door. She goes, who's in your room? What's going on in there? Who are you talking to? And the 13-year-old opens up the door. Mom finds the 20-year-old man underneath the bed and gets into it with him. He leaves. He's on the front porch, and she shoots him in the back of the head, right? And a lot of people were like, well, he's 20, she's 13. Good riddance. But this is where the new
find
info.
out.
There's a lot of that. But here.
WREG Shay Arthur is live tonight after speaking with a former teacher of Morton's and what she wants people to know about him. Shay?
Hey, Stephanie. Yeah, she says this case could have been handled so many other ways, not ending with a 20-year-old man being killed.
Perkins says she's the former middle school teacher of Rodarius Morton, who Memphis police say was shot and killed early last Thursday morning in the Walker Homes neighborhood. She said Morton had learning disabilities.
He was special needs, and I was his special needs teacher.
She described him as soft-spoken and respectful, shocked by his death.
Unbelievable. Very, very hurt because the young man that I knew that most people don't know, based off of this story. They don't know him personally like I did.
In court paperwork, an underage girl told police Morton came to her house early Thursday morning through a back door. Her mother, Kendra Scott, then showed up banging on the door, yelling, "Who was at my house?" Scott says she went inside and found Morton hiding under the girl's bed. Police say as Morton was leaving the home unarmed, he was shot somewhere near the front porch.
All right, so the twist on this is a former teacher, this 20-year-old, is saying that he was special needs and that he had some sort of learning difficulties. We don't know what that means. Special needs could be a big net that casts, pretty wide. But the idea is supposed to be that maybe he was less aware of it being wrong to sneak into a 13-year-old girl's room, I think.
Maybe, yes, but if you were a parent put in that situation, when we first talked about this, I brought up the guy in, I think, the Daytona area that found an adult man in the bed with his 14-year-old son, 12-year-old son, something like that.
Beat the
hell
out of him.
Beat him senseless. Do you think that you care whether or not the guy's special needs? Do you think you're going to stop and ask if he's special needs? Do you think you're going to give him a cognitive test? No.
No, I might blame his family a little bit more for not having a tighter leash on him. But then again, he's 20.
Leash, that sounds cancelable. You're going to put leashes on special needs kids?
He's 20. I'm searching for beat man in bed with son, but I think is this it? It's a risky click. No, there is a photo that Elaine's talking about where the dad walked in on this happening and beat the hell out of the person who was in bed with his son. He got charged with murder. Is that right? But I think he ended up getting off in that case. I don't see the video, but my God, the video that I saw, this guy had
look for the case of Raymond Frolander, Frolander.
Frolander.
Daytona Beach father.
Yeah, here we go. Hang on. Let me bring this up. Those of you watching over on YouTube will see this. Everybody else can search for his name. This is the sexual assailant.
Mm-hmm.
And this is him after the father was done with him. And it looks like somebody smashed a potato on the counter 150 times.
It was, 18-year-old Raymond Frolander is the person in the picture, and the Daytona Beach father returned home and discovered that man sexually abusing his 11-year-old son.
Yeah, and so people usually look at this and they don't have a lot of room for feeling bad for the people who were attacked or this 20-year-old who was killed. Hey, why was he under a 13-year-old's bed? But they've introduced the new information from his former teacher that says he was special needs, learning disabled. Do not know exactly what those things mean. There's a huge difference between somebody who is so severely autistic that they don't understand age differences in dating and should they be over somebody's house, which would be obviously a very different story. And then maybe somebody who's like dyslexic or something and they have like some special needs in the learning system. But that's the new twist in this. Let us know if that changes your mind in any way. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. They have been Don't do too much more of this, please. They've been memeing me by taking my my newspaper on my wall that I'm pointing to in the photograph that I showed, and they are replacing it with things that are much more offensive and much different. And
well, let's see one.
No, I don't want that to be a thing. Okay,
is it in the dispatches?
No, they posted it as a peek, I think, on chat.thenewsjunkie.com. Hang on. Oh God. Okay. This one's fine. This isn't just me with DJ Rage. He put himself in the newspaper instead of that. That's okay, DJ Rage. But don't make this a meme where it's like me and I'm reacting. They did this with Trump. They've done this with a lot of people. When you hold up like a white sign or something and you're reacting to it, then they'll put really nefarious stuff on the sign. This is not an opportunity to do that. All right. Do not Photoshop my 9/11 newspaper into other more offensive things. Thank you. Good night. There we go. Well, not good night yet. We have more of the show to get to.
Oh, good night.
I want to talk about this celebrity. I'll just tell you his name before we come back and tell you why he's in trouble. Sylvester Stallone. And it's not for this stupid idea of a movie that they released, which is not Rocky, but it's a movie about the guy who's like playing Rocky. And I don't know. We'll talk about this, but he's in some trouble. He got some heat on him, and I'll explain why. We got another pick a side on the way, and a whole bunch more is coming up next on the News Junkie.
If this were written by AI, it would sound way more polite. Luckily, it's just us. Real Radio 104.1, guaranteed human.
Northbound on US 27's backed up due to an accident before that I-4 exit. The left lane's blocked. There's a crash on Lee Road near I-4 getting cleared up there. On I-4, look out for a crash before St. John's River Bridge getting cleared up off to the shoulder. An accident at the intersection where Silver Star Road meets Good Homes Road. See traffic.
Hello. Look at you, you beautiful bastard. How are you? Hey, everybody. YouTubers, hit that like button. Quick note for you before we come back. Sylvester Stallone getting major heat today. Somebody found out he was following an Instagram account called Black Fatigue. Oh, no. Sylvester Stallone was following a Black Fatigue Instagram account. If you don't know what that means, these are videos usually of like black people fighting in public or like some sort of nuisance situation where normally the Karen stuff is focused on a lot of white women with a particular haircut and an attitude. The Black Fatigue videos are sort of the same thing with black men and women of all different ages. It's a lot of social media algorithm content right now. I've seen a bunch of that out there. Actor Sylvester Stallone was following the account. Now, I do have some questions. What if I'm following an account and the name changes? Is that possible? Is that possible? Maybe he thought it was for black fatigues, like army clothes. I don't know about that. Uh-oh. Stand by. Stand by, folks. You guys are too good. You are too good. You're too sweet. You're too nice. Look at this. Holy cow. Brace yourself. Tom with the gifted sub. Here's this guy doesn't have any stuff. Hold on. That's a great username. That was one of my favorite moments from the show. This guy doesn't have any stuff with the 5 gifted subs. And here's Camilles with the 3 gifted subs. Thank you so much for that. Can't thank you enough. We are now 44 subscribers away from the record. 44 subscribers away from the record. My God. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Chaos says black fatigue is the black race being exhausted from the constant systematic racism from society. No, I don't think that's it. I don't think that's what it is. I think what happens is algorithms gobble up content that people want to see. A lot of that content is fight content. Man, you watch a couple girl fights. You watch a couple girl fights on your feed. Hold it. You see that in and out fight or whatever. You watch that on your feed and watch the whole video through and through. Keep scrolling. Oh, another girl fight. Oh, this girl's clothes are falling off during this fight. Oh, watch the whole thing. Next. Oh, another girl fight. Like, it's crazy. The algorithms just boom, boom, boom. They just serve this to you. Sharkbait says, Sean, please help. I need more magnets for my car. It's getting bad. It snows when I drive. Sharkbait, what are you doing to this car? How have you beat your car up so much? JT says we should all be trying to do better. Oh, God. I wish. I'm subscribed to all the channels. SC Reviews is my fave. I don't know what that is. Leave her alone. Sharkbait is an angel. I didn't say Sharkbait wasn't an angel. I said I saw her photograph of the News Junkie magnets on her car, and that woman's car has more dings than anything I've ever seen in my entire life. That woman's car has it's a red flag when you get a certain number of dings on your car. It is. Two red flags with cars are too many stickers on your car, red flag, usually a weird person. You got 20 stickers on your car, you're a weird person. Number two, you got that many dings on your car? Very curious. Very, very curious. Now it's me looking at chaos. Is that your stream avatar? Damn, I hate that that's kind of a good meme template. God. I hate that that's kind of a good meme template. I really should not have put that out there. I didn't even post it. You guys just took a screenshot from the video and did that? Shit. Damn it, man. 90 seconds and we're back live on the show. I hate that that's actually a good meme. Honestly, most of those dings could have come from falling debris and sucky tree maintenance or something. I don't know. I appreciate you trying to run defense for her, but I don't know. All right, folks. Actor Sylvester Stallone following a black fatigue Instagram. Is he done for? Hello, hello.
That's why LifeLock is backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, which covers up to $1 million for stolen funds, fees, and experts and lawyers and out-of-pocket expenses. Don't face the burden of identity theft alone. Protect your future and finances with LifeLock. Join now. Save up to 30% off your first year with promo code BECK at LifeLock.com. 1-800-LifeLock, promo code BECK, LifeLock.com. Terms to apply.
A lot of apps like to say they're free until they ask for your credit card. iHeartRadio is different. No required subscriptions, no trial periods, no surprise charges. We make money from our advertisers, not from you. It's the same radio you've never paid for. Live radio stations, playlists, podcasts, and artist stations all in one app. So if you haven't already, download the free iHeartRadio app. Free radio. Always has been, always will be. Now wherever you go.
iHeartRadio. For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Credit. 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 Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
home of the world-famous Game of Magnets. This is the news.
You're the best. I love you. I appreciate you. Thanks for being so generous today. I'll tell you more about that. So many gifted subscriptions coming in. I appreciate that. Big support. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Send a dispatch yourself or an email. We'll get to those in a moment. Sylvester Stallone's in huge trouble. It's worse than having a 9/11 newspaper for sure. And they continue to meme me out on that and post the me with different newspapers, which is, I hate to admit it, but it's a good meme. It is a good meme. I just have to be honest about it. But Sylvester Stallone is in trouble because he's following some account on Instagram. And it says, Hollywood legend Sylvester Stallone under fire after fans notice he follows a racist Black Fatigue account on Instagram. To be fair, it's Black Fatigue 2.0. So I don't know if that's like better than Black Fatigue 1.0 or what, but he's following Black Fatigue _2.0. Good advertisement for them. And he's only following 297 people. Question, if you follow somebody, can they change their information? Like, could I call myself the dollar store gooner and change my username from @thenewsjunkie, and
yes,
then everybody's following? I could do that, and then you're following the dollar store gooner.
Yeah, because I recently saw like a post from somebody I know that was looking to buy some Twitter accounts that had just been dormant for a while. They just needed accounts. They were trying to do some SEO kind of stuff, and for whatever reason, they wanted accounts that had been like made years ago, so that it looks less sus when they start trying to do whatever they're trying to do.
Okay. All right. So that could have been one thing, but I'm just kind of throwing up excuses here. Maybe that wasn't it at all. Maybe he's just following this. These are the kind of things that get thrust into your algorithm. Let me tell you something. Social media can make you hate people. It'll make you hate people because of a million different things. They'll start shoving stuff down your throat. I talked about the time where I think I was watching some like women fight videos or something. And like on my feed, I saw a video of these ladies fighting. They're brawling it out. I'm like, Jesus, this is a mess. What's going on here? But I watched it till the end. And then the social media algorithm's like, here's another one. Here's some more women fighting. And then another one. And then they just give you 8 million of them. Never subscribed to it. But official Sly Stallone did, if he's running that account over there. And he's got 19.3 million followers. And now people are saying, why are you following something called Black Fatigue? Unbelievable, Sly. Rocky Balboa. What is going on over there? We'll see if he has a response to this or if people just go on to the next thing, which is very, very possible. And now I'll explain why I said dollar store gooner. It's actually more specific than that. It is. But this is the actual story. They said there's an investigation that has uncovered a disturbing Dollar Tree gooner trend. Now, I'm going to once again go out on a limb and say that there's not actually a social media trend going on for this. They do this in the news all the time, and there's not really a trend. It's much more so that there's just some weirdos that do it. I explained what gooners were yesterday, but just in case you missed that, this is somebody who maybe gratifies themselves to something. And in this case, it's the Dollar Tree gooner. And it says, investigation uncovers disturbing Dollar Tree gooner trend in which men film themselves sexually assaulting women. Do not go to the Dollar Tree, ladies. It sounds like a bad idea. A new investigative report details allegations that men across the United States have been pleasuring themselves in front of women at various Dollar Tree locations. The disturbing trend, which has been referred to as the Dollar Tree gooner, is the focus of a lengthy piece at The Guardian. There's no way that there's people like, oh, this guy did it, I'm going to go out and do it too. In one instance discovered by The Guardian, a woman reported she was shopping at a Dollar Tree in Texas when a man completed the action on her. When she later told store employees about the incident, she overheard somebody say in Spanish, "We got another one." The woman later learned of similar incidents at other Dollar Tree locations. The Dollar Tree gooners are attacking out there. Another notable example happened in 2024. A case went viral with Fox 29, they say, and they link to this. Let me see. This is the original story. This is a guy who was doing this at some other place. Yes, it's a Dollar Tree. I think it just happens to be Dollar Trees. I don't think it's like there's a strict set of rules.
Oh, no, maybe the gooner sees a Dollar General and is like, no.
Can't do it. A 5 and below, like, nope, no, come on. We abide by the rules. We abide by the rules of the Dollar Tree Gooner law, and that's all that we do. This one particular guy got arrested. I'm looking at the story about him. So it happened at least in that case, but they're suggesting that this is some sort of trend online for Dollar Tree Gooners. Folks, please don't do that. Please, for the sake of God, do not do that. Let's go over to you. Let's see what you got going on. Here's an email coming in from Ed. Ed emails the show to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Ed says, we need to get one thing understood about the kid who was shot by the mother for being under her teenage daughter's bed. Yes, you have all the right in the world to get angry if you catch somebody in your child's bedroom. Yes, you have the right to cuss him out, but if he or she is not being violent, call the police. Let the law handle him or her. From what I'm getting, she shot him on the porch, so apparently he was leaving. I got news for that lady if she's listening. She's going to be found guilty of murder and will be sentenced to life. Maybe, I'll be real with you, though. There are a lot of jurors who are sympathetic to stuff like this.
She might get the minimum sentence. I don't know about life. I don't know what the minimum sentence is for first-degree murder, but that's what she's been charged with.
Could be. There's also been cases where people have killed folks in similar circumstances who were trying to sexually assault or attack kids or things like that. And the juries will kind of yawn it off. And they'll say, well, we don't really care that much about this person. So you never know what's going to happen with a jury, what they're going to be sympathetic to. So that is definitely, there's a lot of possibilities on this. JJ says, I just did this with my AI. My AI was cutting me off and I complained about it. The next time I logged in, he was gone. He quit because I complained. Your AI quit on you?
Wow.
If my AI is not quitting on me and yours is, I'm absolutely abusive to mine because I think it deserves it from time to time, but people get upset. Here's some of what's going on over there. So you know. I hate that it's such a good meme format. This is me, and I have a Big Montana. It appears in my hand from Arby's.
Oh, congratulations that you're finally able to lift that.
They've redone the headline from the 9/11 paper, and it says, small hand radio DJ finally able to lift Big Montana sandwich from Arby's, which I, again, hate that these are so good. Here's another one of me. Spider cursed radio host gives curse to fans via magnet. True. Absolutely true. And thank you, I think, for setting those over. More of you are just participating in the Rate My Blank with your collections of the News Junkie magnets. And those are actually great. Like this one from Took My Chevy to the Levee. Thank you for your dispatch, friend. Appreciate that.
There's a hidden penis there.
That's a pickle. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but it's a pickle that's below two Secret Shows magnets. I think that seems like it was done on purpose.
I think you might be right about that. Yeah, I know intentional when I see it after C-Lane tells me about it. One more here. Here's an audio dispatch for you. This is Laying Down the Law, talking about the voting.
Hey, Sean, I read that story about the less than 400 voters. The 6,000 that were registered, nobody actively registered. Mm-hmm. It was an error in the system that registered them. The government, in other words, registered these 6,000 some odd people through a glitch. So the only wrongdoing was the people who decided to go ahead and vote when they knew they shouldn't. And I don't know how they know this because your vote's supposed to be secret, but maybe if you're doing something like illegal voting, they said it was spread across the board. Republicans, Democrats, and independents were among the 400 roughly people that voted that should not have. Wiggle.
Yeah, I didn't see any breakdown of the numbers, but they said like people of Republican, Democrat, and Independent. They didn't say like, are they most of them from this or this? They didn't say that.
The vote, is supposed to be secret, but whether or not you voted, I believe, is not a secret. I think that's, I don't know if it's public record, but it's something that they have Like they have a record of everybody who came and voted, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, like you could see people's voting history, but you can't see whom they voted for. So you can see participation, I believe, but you can't see whom they voted for. So they're looking at participation and they're looking at what party they're registered as. Here's Big Bird with a video dispatch.
Okay, about the New Jersey voter thing. Okay, I guess they fixed the 400, right? But what did they do with the 6,000 or so left over? Did they take away their voting privileges, or
I hope so,
amend their license or anything? If you mentioned it, I missed it, but that just jumped out at me real quick. By the way,
beautiful.
Big Bird out.
All right, thank you, Big Bird. You have a cyber truck, Big Bird? Is that what he does, doesn't he?
Wait, no.
Big Bird. Yeah, that's a cyber truck, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a black cyber truck.
Not bad. I think that's a custom job, right? I don't think you could just get a black Cybertruck.
No, you gotta get it like wrapped or something. I think is what they would do. Thank you for the video dispatch. I'm imagining, I could be wrong about this. I'm imagining that they've unregistered all the people who they realized should not have been registered, and then they were just checking how many of them actively participated in the elections. The killer thing would be if they could find that one of those elections, that X number of people who were not supposed to vote in was decided by that many voters. And thus this glitch in the system led to somebody being elected who shouldn't have or something. That would be the real kicker, but I don't know if they've said anything about that just yet. All right, we got to take a break. We're running a little bit behind. When we come back, I have another pick aside for you. Somebody had sent this over. People are sending a lot of these in, and some of them are good, actually, believe it or not. We'll get to jury duty because that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is three-time Pro Bowler Sean Merriman. Here's what's trending.
Hey, folks. How do you guys feel about voting, generally speaking? Do you think voting is generally fair? You think generally it's fair? Or you think there's a lot of that funny business going on? We locked your account? For security, Reddit says we locked your account due to some unusual activity. What is somebody trying to do with my account, bro? Stand by. What's that? Oh, that's fun. All right, give me one moment here, folks. Getting today, I learned ready real quick. Real quick. Okay, there we go. Mango pineapple. Uh-oh. All right, here's the deal, everybody. Quick note. I have had to buy a couple of pieces of equipment for the studio. This is another reason why your subscriptions at thenewsjunkie.com are so appreciated. I have in my system a minor buzz coming from my laptop. Hello? Oh my God, you're sweaty. How hot is it out there? You don't know? You were just out there. Did anybody try to kidnap you? No? Okay.
Did you hear me spray in the garage?
I did. It scared the hell out of me for a second. And then I kind of thought it was like raining again, like it did yesterday, where it just wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
Lady, get out of here. You know she's going to make this into a habit.
It's cute, though.
Yeah, it's cute until she gets fat from having so many treats.
Plus, they're shaped like steaks.
Yeah, the little steaks. You want one of these? Lady, come here. Sit. You want the T-bone? Sit. 5 perfect tricks. Ready? Don't freak out. Ready? Spin. Sit. That doesn't count as a trick, though. The spin does. Spin the other way. Sit. Lay down. Back up. Spin. Come forward. No. Up. Come forward. Come forward. Sit. Spin. Here you go. Oh, you want to take it to the carpet?
Come on, lady. Lady, come on. Come on. No, we're not going to eat it in here. Come on.
She is going to eat.
Lady.
She's going to eat it here.
Buddy. Kick her. Well, don't
I'm not going to kick her.
Nudge her.
Lady, take it out there. Take it.
Come on, bud.
It's chewy. It's going to take you a while.
All right, she's in here now.
I think she might be stuck in here now. I only have a minute, lady. Okay, you done? You got it on your nose. It's on your nose. Get out of here. Lady, get out of here.
Come on, silly goose.
All right. See you later. Thanks for stopping by. It's like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Come on in. Doodle 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 doodle. All right, we're coming back right now for jury duty, folks. Stand by.
Husband Ryan died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Have you heard? Quantum Fiber from AT&T is offering a great deal on fast fiber internet. $55 a month for speed up to 1 gig. Find out more at quantumfiber.com. Seriously, grab this special deal now. Limited availability in select areas.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Join the show. Send your dispatch now at thenewsjunkie.com. This
My God. I'm not going to pay you guys $26,000 for this jury duty, just so you know, all right? Those other folks got real lucky in that story earlier on the show. I knew this is what they were going to end up doing. This was the fear. And the just overall realization of how...
Oh, that's a good one.
this memery was going to go. You
Why
take
is
a
your
picture.
face so red?
I don't know. It's just the way. I think they reddened that one. I think they might have reddened that one up a little bit.
Those cans are really making your face red. You're blushing.
I hate that it's such a great meme format. I took a photo showcasing that I do indeed have a 9/11 New York Times newspaper, which I don't have as a celebration. Don't try to cancel me for having a 9/11 newspaper, for God's sake. Wait, I have worse than this. If you think that's bad, you know, J Sue Charlie, right? I got worse that some people would actually get mad about.
Whoa.
Yeah, J Sue Charlie, I got worse. If you want to get triggered by newspapers, I've got worse out there. But this one was one that I have in my office. I have all these newspapers, nerdy thing, I know. And then I took a picture next to it, and I was going to utilize that for the thumbnail on the YouTube stream for things today. And then now they've just been taking my newspaper out and putting all sorts of inappropriate stuff in there. Like, I didn't really take that picture, and my face is not really that red, just for the record, okay? I'm going to put that out there. Thank you, anyways, for the photo dispatch. Let's see here. It's time to do it, so let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, reach out to the attorney who's going to get you on the path to that big check that you deserve. Trust me, you do. You deserve it. And I want to know, in your experiences, how things are going when you reach out to Mo, because I hear feedback that's so good. People are like, man, you were right about him. He really took care of me in my case. And look at the check we got for this. And, you know, all of this is because you're going to the right place. So thank you for that. Appreciate that very, very much. Mo said there was somebody that reached out the other day, C-Lan. I don't know if I told you this. I don't think I told you this.
I don't think so.
I don't know if, don't say I'm following Black Fatigue 2 on Instagram. I am not. That's Sylvester Stallone. I'm not following Black Fatigue on Instagram. Am I? Just make sure. Can I check? I don't follow. I follow a bunch of accounts because they followed me and it automatically followed these people. No, I'm following 648 people. I'm not following Black Fatigue. Just to be clear. Yeah.
Oh, 647.
No, I didn't unfollow it. It says no results found. Show the people just so they can see. I'm not following anything black. Which kind of sounds bad.
Hey, what?
That actually sounds bad in another way. I searched for the word black to find the Black Fatigue thing. I'm not following any fatigue related accounts like Sylvester Stallone.
You need to follow some blacks, man. Open up your your world.
It's just things with the title, with black in the title, that I'm not following on Instagram. Who knows what I'm following elsewhere? But Moses was
type in white. What does it say? What does it say when you type in white?
Nothing. White. Okay, there's one person with a last name that has white in it. All right, there's nothing weird about it. Let's see you do this with yours. And search for XO or something. Yeah,
on Instagram.
Yeah. So search for something like search for sex or XO. Let's see what's coming up on yours over there. But let me tell you the story real quick, because Mo reached out to me. I don't know if he'll be able to show us. You know, there's like client stuff and whatnot. But he was approached by somebody who got into an accident, unfortunately. And in the footage of the accident, you can hear that they're listening to the News Junkie. They're listening to the show.
Interesting.
They're listening to us as the accident happens. Of course, it wasn't our fault. This was not our fault in the slightest. But they're listening to the show, and then they get into an accident. And, hopefully it all works out well for them. Looks like it could be.
It'd be really unfortunate if it was somehow our fault, like we played something too loud or
they got freaked out. It's happened before. Yeah, people are freaked out. Courtney said she had to turn off the show yesterday. And I said, what about? She said the story about the woman on the cruise trip who fell on her crotch and injured herself was just too much for her. She said it's
pretty bad.
She said guys are so sensitive. They think that the stuff between their legs is just so more sensitive, and women couldn't possibly be hurt by getting hit in the crotch. And so, all right, you're right. I didn't know it was quite that bad.
I just typed in black on my Instagram. 5 people.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Who?
I mean, they're all white people, but the
because there's not a lot of black people named Black. That's what they're searching for there.
True.
If I search for somebody by name who is also just happen to be black, that would come up.
Also typed in white, 5 people. So it's very
it's a good
even
mix.
Even split of white people.
Mix. Nothing wrong with that. C-Lane has you censored that video for me, right?
I did.
This is the best video that has been sent to the tips inbox probably all week. You guys are getting the hang of this pick a side thing, and this is maybe one of the better ones yet. I'm very interested to see where everybody ends up on this. We'll see. Well, I think we'll have to take a quick break first.
Oh, yeah.
But we do? Okay. Because
Yes.
I wanted to. All right, I'll just do that. I'll do it. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, I'll get into the story that I was going to do in jury duty, but not before we do the pick aside that Sealand has censored. And now it says red, go to break. Go to break in red. This is an emergency in here. I need to go to break, everybody. The pick aside you do not want to miss out on, though. You do not want to miss out on. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a couple accidents slowing you down this afternoon westbound on I-4 at Michigan Street. 2 left lanes are blocked. That vehicle fire still getting cleared up on the beach line westbound at Orange Blossom Trail. The left lane's only getting by there. On Colonial, eastbound at Woodbury Road, 2 right lanes are blocked. Look out for emergency crews, and if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Quantum Fiber Internet. Have you heard? Quantum Fiber from AT&T is offering a great deal on
Skull Mike activated. Hey, Mac. Hey, Kevin. I'm not following Blacked. Have we sent the fork story to Sean? I don't know about that one. You got to give it to me. The story we're going to get into when we come back. When we come back is a woman who's an HOA person. And she shows up at a house and she is angry. She is big mad. I'm going to play this for you in just a minute. She's screaming and screeching. Some of you have seen this video already. Some of you haven't. And the HOA lady eventually gets inside the house and we get to see what she was angry about the whole time. And so I wonder if that's going to twist people on this. Generally speaking, people are not going to want to side with a homeowners association person, especially not this lady. But when you see why she was mad, it may change your mind. It could. Crotch injuries are too much? True. Ryan says injured while listening to the show. It happens on the show from time to time. Mega Chat is broke. Is it stuck? Hold on. Will it catch up or not? Who broke it? What happened? Mega Chat never breaks. Stand by. Okay, there it is. It fixed itself. Wait, did it not fix itself on chat? Okay, there we go. I refreshed Mega Chat. If the person was stupid enough to let her in, well, we'll see. We're going to go inside this house. It will not change my mind. I never side with an HOA. We'll see. Not for you, Sean. That was the black comment was about Sealand. Well, I don't know what he's following. Have you guys seen the story out of Massachusetts about the guy who walks around town dressed like a weird mime-looking guy and harasses women? Is this the guy that passed out in court? I've got that for the Power Hour here. So we'll probably work it in a grab bag segment, the second segment of the hour. Oh, I was telling you something when Courtney showed up. Not that it was her fault. Thank you so much for your gifted subscriptions. Let's keep them going. If you're not a subscriber to a premium account over on thenewsjunkie.com, now's the time to do it. Your support goes directly to us on the show. It does not go to the corporations. It goes directly to us. iHeart only gets a very tiny processing fee for handling those transactions. And it goes to C-Lane and I and the show, everybody on the show. So those are very appreciated. But my laptop makes a sound that prevents me from bringing it up too high. And it makes like a little background noise that needs to be cleared out. I have a piece of equipment coming for that. And a piece of equipment that was very expensive. It's this custom piece of equipment for the phone line setup that will make it so it doesn't have this hum/buzz noise. Both of those pieces of equipment are coming this week so that we can probably start using the phones just like normal. I would say maybe on Friday or Monday or Tuesday. So it's pretty exciting. 1 minute and we're coming back. Mega Chat is sort of limping along. I don't know if the website's getting drilled right now. I'll have to check this afterwards. It might be getting drilled a little bit. Drilled. All right, we're coming back live on the show. This is maybe the best pick aside in a very long time. So let's see what you think about it.
If you're looking to sell your home, save time, and make the most money, the Guaranteed Offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the option for you. With over 13,000 five-star reviews, you can trust Mark Spain Real Estate to sell your home fast and for top dollar. Find out what the Guaranteed Offer would be on your home. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a Guaranteed Offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
What's your case worth? Injury.com by Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station guaranteed human.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. New. N-E-W. That's new. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
If it's important to you, it's on and probably being mocked by.
Pick a side that was sent in maybe all week so far, and I can't wait to get into this, but you too can email stories, anything you want to hear us talk about, over to tips, T-I-P-S, at thenewsjunkie.com. C-Lane, this thing's ready to go? Ready for prime time?
Yeah, ready for Power Hour.
Ready for the Power Hour? Well, you might as well just kick that off.
I'm the president of the association.
All right, I didn't know it would autoplay when I pulled this up. All right, that is ready to go. Yeah, you're gonna see what that heated action is all about here in just a moment. But first, let's kick things off officially. Let's do the Power Hour.
They said it couldn't be done. Then they said,
"Oh, did Dylan Roof have anxiety? Oh no! Oh, I feel so terrible for him. How could this happen to such a sweet, sweet boy, such an incredible racist?"
It's time for the Power Hour on the News Junkie.
True. Yeah. That was sarcastic. I meant as in he's not a good guy. It's not really great. And you get it. You understand how it goes. Okay, let's see here. The pick a side that C-Lane sent over. I want to bring this up because I think this is going to twist people around in the wind a little bit. And that's sort of the idea. This pick a side is a Florida HOA president, allegedly, who shows up at somebody's front door. She's very, very angry. She's very angry. Let's jump right in. I know immediately you think you're going to side with the homeowner over the HOA person. Wait, all right? Withhold judgment until we learn more. Here we go. Here's the HOA president at the front door of this house.
I'm the president of the association, so before you start yelling, you fucking have a leak that's leaking to the bottom. We have a flood going on, and by law, we need the key or the code to the lock. So either you open the door, get someone here to open the door, or we're going to knock it down, and you're going to have to pay for it.
All right, there's a lot of aggression coming out here.
I'm curious as to what doorbell is Ring. It says Ring clearly right there, but I haven't seen, unless it's a really old one, a Ring that was like so round and
what do they call that?
Fish-eyed lens.
Yeah, that's what it is. Thank you. Fish-eyed. Yeah, it's like a fish-eyed lens. This woman's up there with her face right in the center of the doorbell. And this is a real video, okay? And in this video, this woman is just screaming about, you got to let me in the house. And I guess the homeowner was being dismissive and didn't want to let her in. She says, you have to let me in. You have to let me in. There's some sort of leak or something.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
She'll ring the doorbell again? All right.
Get off your fucking property. Yeah, we're just here for the fun. The fact that there's water leaking everywhere and you've just flooded another unit.
So we're not getting any of the side of the homeowner in this, obviously.
Right.
We're only getting the homeowners association lady, and she's standing with somebody else out on this front porch. But judging by what she said, it seems like she told the homeowner, hey, we got a problem. And the homeowner was like, get off my property. And now she's exploding about this. Anonymous says, HOA person is aggro, but I'm betting the homeowner is on the hook in case of flood or emergency. She goes inside the house momentarily. So.
Yeah, I know. She's like a key lock that we can't open. It's going into the other unit. Something's going on in this unit.
Oh, okay. She walking away? Hands on her hips. Oh, now we're inside. Now we're inside the unit in question. So the HOA president got inside somehow and is filming inside the house.
Okay. First of all, who gave approval for this? So that's okay. That's going to be. Second of all, Jessa.
What is this janky staircase?
Yeah, that's what she's taking issue with. Apparently, he built some sort of loft that wasn't there before.
Oh my God!
And it looks like the staircase doesn't look like it would be that bad if not for the railing on it. Looks completely like thrown together and not finished.
It looks like a child made it, folks. I'll have to put this up on See It Now for you afterwards. But this is there's a staircase that the first thing you should know, it doesn't go up like a regular staircase does. It goes almost straight up. It's almost like a ladder, for God's sake.
I've been on a staircase before that looked kind of like, okay, they didn't have a lot of room for this staircase. And it was when I lived downtown, my neighbor across the street, he had roof access. It was actually a pretty nice setup. But to get up to the roof, the staircase to get up there only had enough for 1 foot at a time. Like, so you couldn't decide which foot you were using. Like if you were a left first or a right foot first.
Yeah.
It was such like a narrow staircase and only enough room to fit in this thing that you had to do like this one was a right and this one was a left because it only had that to use to get up the stairs. Are you following?
Yes. Yeah.
Very weird.
But one thing's for sure. You're not allowed to do whatever this is, right?
No.
They're not. I have other questions, though. This also says Ring on it.
Mm-hmm.
Does Ring make indoor cameras, too?
Yeah.
Okay, so that could be real.
I have a Ring camera on my pool deck that it was just something that you could either mount somewhere or you could just put it on a tabletop.
Look at this, though. In the footage of this lady inside the house where she's now figuring out that they built some stuff they weren't supposed to, everything looks very bendy. It almost looks like she used a filter to like kind of thin her out or something. Or
why would she use the filter? I mean, the footage came from the guy, came from the homeowner.
It would have to because it's inside. That's what doesn't make sense. But either these things are actually that bent, and then this is even worse, the staircase.
It might be another fisheye.
Or, yeah, maybe it's another fisheye camera. Maybe that's what it is. All right, so here's a link.
Oh, who gave approval for this? So that's okay. That's going to be. Second of all, Jessa, who gave permission for this? Document all of this. All of this.
Document.
There's no architectural. You're not allowed to build another loft. It that was the case, I would have made another loft and another room in my unit.
Oh, the dog in the background.
You're the HOA president. You can't make another loft in your own unit?
This could come crashing down over the kitchen.
All right, so am I to believe that something with this stuff that they didn't have any kind of permits for, this construction that they did themselves inside their apartment, must have made it start leaking water in the unit downstairs?
I don't know if it had anything to do with the construction, although if he did it kind of on the sly, there's a chance that would have affected it. It just depends. It could be that he has this leak that's caused a problem for another unit, and that has exposed him to improvements that he made inside the unit that he wasn't supposed to. However, it is kind of weird, like, as an HOA, it might be different for connected units like this, but does an HOA have authority to tell you can't make additions inside your house? Like, my HOA only really cares about stuff that I do outside my house.
Yeah.
You know,
our friend Sun State John works on places like this. Like, I think he designs houses.
Mm-hmm.
And Sun State John says, yes, stairs are legal if they go up to loft storage, not legal if a living area is up there. Means of egress or emergency top outside, he says. I don't know what the last part means, but he's saying if it's like a storage area, you could build that. But if it's a loft for people, like it's supposed to support a human's weight, then you can't build that. I guess
somebody can build it.
Well, they did build it. I just don't know.
I'm
if
saying,
they were,
like, somebody, like, there is a person who can build you a legal loft, and I would assume that stairs up to that loft would. But I mean, as a contractor comes in and they do the right support system, and they build it correct and to code and safely. There are people that can do it. I just, are they saying that because of this, like, she says it's going to come crashing down, but what does she know?
She doesn't know. No. I mean, like, it could, though, and it could be attached to this. Let me go back to the beginning for a second, because the woman was clearly saying about another place flooding.
You, I'm the president of the association, so before you start yelling, you fucking have a leak that's leaking to the bottom. We have a flood going on, and by law, we need the key or the code to the lock. So either you open the door, get someone here to open the door, or we're going to knock it down, and you're going to have to pay for it. Don't threaten me with a good time.
All right. So I think that's the problem. People are like, she came in really hot, so I don't want to side with this lady. But you can't just go building whatever you want up in your own place. And if you do that and you somehow, like, hit a nail into a water line and it affects your neighbors downstairs, think about this from that neighbor's perspective. I hate to back up the HOA lady, but I think she might be right.
Well, she's right that they do need, for connected units like this, he seems to be on top of a unit that's not his, that they need to have access to that unit if there's something like this going on, especially if this guy's not home. They need to be able to stop this leak.
Fresh Rock said she could have been nicer. We can't really hear him because they've cut.
What if she's the one that's getting leaked on?
Yeah, like, if somebody's downstairs and there's water coming through. Like, if I was downstairs, there's water coming through, and there's water leaking into my apartment from upstairs, and the guy upstairs is like, "Get off my property! Get out of here right now!" Well, I mean, that's a little curious. I'd be upset about that for sure. And then somebody says that video sounds like it's she's actively talking to somebody, but then inside the house is empty. I got to tell you, this must have been, as Sealine said.
You could talk through the app.
You can, but it must have been the homeowner's video, and the homeowner must have edited out all the parts where they were talking.
Or it just didn't record the part that they were talking.
Oh, would it? I thought it would just record, like, the whole interaction. I don't know how Ring doorbells work.
I would have to go back to mine and figure it out, because I feel like I have been watching and heard my wife talk through it. Like, we've been on the same thing, but I don't know if it always records, because at some point the guy said, "Get off my property," and I didn't hear his voice, but, it didn't sound like it was edited.
Somebody says, I guess my HOA doesn't have that because I've done many changes to my property. Well, you better hope so, buddy. Who's in the right? Who's in the wrong here? Pick a side. What do you think, Celia? What do you think on this one?
I mean, I think the lady's kind of in the right. She needed to get inside. I don't know what her HOA is. I don't know exactly what this loft looks like. Those sound like two different problems. Whether or not she can get in the apartment or not, I side with her. Now, if she's trying to come after him for building something inside, if it's to code, I think that shouldn't be under the HOA's umbrella. If he has something built to code inside his own house that's not taking away from the beauty of the other units or the enjoyment of the other people's property. I'm guessing since this is an HOA, they own these condos.
Yeah.
So,
what it sounds like you're saying is, what if there was a leak issue that was separate than this, and then she gets access to the house for the leak issue and discovers the other thing that she gets mad about?
That's possibly what happened if this had nothing to do with this, didn't have anything to do with the leak.
So let's say they accidentally left like a bathtub on somewhere, and that's what was causing the leak downstairs. Nothing to do with this construction, but because of that, they got access to the apartment. And when they got inside, they were like, look at all this stuff you're not supposed to have. And now they see the reason why the person didn't want to let them in to begin with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it. I will say the HOA lady has to investigate if somebody's apartment is getting flooded out. They have to do that. As much as I hate HOAs. So I think the lady is in the right, in my opinion, for investigating what's happening to somebody else's apartment, because I got to think about that person. What they find when they get in there afterwards that they weren't even searching for to begin with, that's a whole different animal. But I would like the unedited version of this. No one like me says, I agree with the lady. Weed says everybody's wrong. Just send out a plumber. I agree with the lady. Oh, hold on, I already read that one. The lady is in the right, says hail fire. So you guys judge, pick a side. Let me know what you think is the right and wrong answer in this one, as per usual. Thank you for sending that over to everybody who did. Thank you for censoring it, C-Lane. Quick break. When we come back, we'll get into your comments, your dispatches. You've had lots of thoughts throughout the show. Come on, guys. Some of this stuff is going to get out there and people aren't going to know it's fake, please, with the memeing of me. You guys, some people aren't going to know these are fake.
The rhyming with this is hilarious.
It says, come join my league at Black Fatigue. I did not have anything to do with that. I'm not posting any of that. These are not real. All right? They're not real. Stop posting them. Quick break. When we come back, I have to talk about this story that I've been wanting to get into for a little while here. Something happened at a cemetery, and then an AI breakthrough in the worst kind of ways. We have many things to work in, so maybe we'll try to get in a bunch of stuff real fast in a bit of a grab bag segment. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine.
Hello, welcome behind the scenes. I think that the website was getting hit pretty hard there for a second, but it looks like it's creeping back around and Mega Chat is working again. I'll see what happened to the website earlier. See what happened. Hopefully this is not related to my Reddit account being locked for unusual activity. Also, we have not hit the record, unfortunately, for secret shows yet, but there is time. I'm going to thank all the gifters when we come back. We are 37 away. 37 gifted subs away from the all-time record. We'll hit it at some point. Don't worry about that. I just really appreciate you guys. Some of this will fund one of the big projects, which is going to be Austin rewiring the tower, which has all of the equipment in it, video and audio equipment. Whew. He's done one rewiring in there, which made it so it's not too crazy. It used to be insane inside this thing. Now, I mean, it's not that bad, but it could be cleaner. He likes to keep them tight. Wait, that sounds weird. Hey, Sean. Hey, Sport. Hey, Kevin. What did you guys think? Do you agree with the homeowner or the HOA lady in that case? Who did you side with in that story? And that pick a side. Long live the alligator, the lizard. One time, for you new folks, there was a lizard on the cable for the camera that follows me around. And I went to try to get him to rescue him, but I missed him, and he got inside the tower with all the studio equipment in it for the radio show. And I never found him again. So he might be in there, he might not be. Let me see, what's the temp in here? The temp inside the rack is at about 85 degrees, 30% humidity. It might be beautiful in there for him. He might be in a good spot. Sun State John says the HOA is out of control. That's not their legal right to do this. Nice rack. Thank you. I appreciate it. I need a song to end the show on. Any suggestions? A banger song to end the show on. Hey, Simply Jeremy, how are you, buddy? I need a banger song to end the show on. Was there an actual leak? We don't know. Oh, shoot. I was supposed to put that up on See It Now, wasn't I? I'm going to put it up so you guys can investigate. Good thing I wasn't up on the board. All right, I'm putting this HOA battle up on See It Now so you could show it to somebody if you want. Let's put HOA president goes nuclear, demanding to be let in. Inside. There we go. That's up on See It Now. Get a peek. We got 2 minutes and we're back live. Black Parade. Black Parade is a good song. Dust in a Baggie. Just put the whole show on See It Now. Oh, Rush. We could do some Rush. Your Land is My Land. All right, one of these is going to work. How about something from a metal band like Green Day? Bro, there was this young woman who may have been like 20-something years old. And I believe this had to have been her because she was the only other one at the bar besides Courtney and I one time. And we're sitting there and the jukebox, the Touch Tunes, does not go on unless somebody pays for it. So it's either staff or us or this other. And this young woman put on a song and I hear the song start. I go, are you kidding me? She played Green Jello, the Three Little Pigs. I was like, do young people know Green Jello, the Three Little Pigs? They had to change their name to Green Jelly after Jello sued them. But they had this god-awful song. Oh, God, was it bad. Little pig, let me in. Like, oh, my God, was it bad. I remember that song. It's not a good one. It's not. Okay, we're coming back here. Here we go.
Trial periods, no surprise charges. We make money from our advertisers, not from you. It's the same radio you've never paid for. Live radio stations, playlists, podcasts, and artist stations, all in one app. So if you haven't already, download the free iHeartRadio app. Free radio. Always has been, always will be. Now wherever you go.
iHeartRadio.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. New. N-E-W. That's new. Enter it now at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the
Power Hour rolls on. It's just us and you. Just some folks who love radio hanging out with each other. Bless you. Thanks for being with us in the world's most viral newsroom. Learn more over at thenewsjunkie.com. Some interesting stories here. Let's do a grab bag style segment here, Sealand, as we start to wrap things up here in the last couple of segments. And this one was, I thought, interesting because this family is upset about something that happened at a cemetery. And I don't know if they're in the right here, honest to God, but here's the story. It says a Boynton Beach, Florida man is demanding answers from a cemetery after they removed cherished items from his parents' gravesite. A Boynton Beach couple says they are heartbroken after a cemetery cleanup left precious family mementos tossed in a dumpster, and they show the dumpster with all the stuff. I'm going to take a guess before I read into the details here. I bet this cemetery, like many cemeteries, have periodic cleanings where they go through and they pick up all the crap that people leave behind.
Or rules on what can be left and what can't be left. I mean, that looks like a lot of stuff.
There's flowers, there's trinkets, there's, just a bunch of little things that people have left behind.
Where'd you say this was, Brevard?
This was in Boynton Beach.
Boynton Beach.
I think Boynton Beach. Yeah, Boynton Beach Cemetery. Maybe we could find the cemetery. Here's the details. A Boynton Beach couple says they are heartbroken after a cemetery cleanup left precious family mementos tossed into a dumpster. Pete Stiraju and his spouse made their weekly visit to the Boynton Beach Cemetery last Friday, where they paid tribute to his late parents. Instead of finding the gravesite as they left it, they discovered the cherished items he had placed there were gone. I hate to say this, Pete. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be mean. But here's the deal. If you have your family is buried somewhere. My father and mother are buried in Vermont at a lovely little cemetery. Turns out there's no room left for anybody else, but there's my mother and father are buried at this small cemetery in Vermont, and they have a gravestone. My father's is incorrect, but that's fine. They have a gravestone for each of their sites. Beautiful, fantastic. Problem is, if you go visit, you might bring by some flowers. I've seen Bob Ross's grave. People go by and they put little trinkets there, and they put little things that they've made for Bob Ross, the famous painter. Yeah, a little happy tree. Here you go, and they'll give them to him. But they'll let you leave those behind. It doesn't mean that stuff just stays out there forever. Like, just because you have a family member buried at a cemetery, that doesn't mean that forever they just, whatever little crap you want to leave behind, they just leave it out there. I'm not trying to demean it by calling it crap, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just, if you bring little things each time, they can't allow that to just pile up. You shouldn't leave behind anything that you actually have any attachment to. Unless I'm missing something. Let's go to the story here. Let's see what WPTV has to say about this, because I guess they have a report on this.
I'm Lani Solache in Boynton Beach. A Boynton Beach couple is heartbroken and demanding answers after a cemetery cleanup left precious family mementos tossed in a dumpster.
I'll stop there. Precious family mementos. If you're leaving behind something on the outside of your parents' funeral plot in the cemetery, if you're leaving stuff like stacked up, things that you leave behind, don't leave behind anything that you would consider precious, because I think that they take those things sometimes. I think everybody knows that, or at least I thought that was the case.
I could understand if the parents had just died, and so far I haven't heard that that's the case. But it seemed like in the picture there was a lot of stuff, and he even says we might hear him say this in the news report. But he says usually you could see our stuff while we're driving in there, meaning there's so much stuff at this gravesite that you could see it from the entrance to the cemetery.
Man, this is so touchy too, C-Lane, because this reminds me of if there's ever an incident where somebody gets hit by a car or dies on the side of the road, and they put up the memorials for them, and people bring stuffed animals and stuff, and then they're very careful about when they clean that up.
Sure.
And how, they clean those things up. So I think that's what's kind of happening here. They
They got caught in this, and they thought, why would you throw away the stuff on our loved one's graveside?
Terry in Boynton Beach is a special place for Pete Sturgio and his spouse.
We go every week, give fresh flowers, clean it up.
Where they visit his parents who passed away.
What's his last name?
We actually got some.
What did I say?
Sturgio.
Sounds like some sort of driving program. No,
right to the bank.
Sturgio. That's what I meant.
That I got some pretty decent sized one. Like I painted them gold. I got 2 little Greek flags, one on each to put on.
But it was last Friday on their weekly visit when they were greeted to the unexpected.
Usually you can see our stuff like, when we're driving in there. And I was like, what the heck's going on?
These cherished items above his parents.
All right, so they got flowers. That's fine, but they do get rid of the flowers every once in a while. Some wreaths. Some candles.
Okay, so whatever we were seeing in that picture of the dumpster must have been from the whole cleanup, because this doesn't look like that much. But I don't know why there should be cherished family heirlooms or family, artifacts at the thing.
Don't leave behind anything that you care about. Also, I guarantee you, I would almost put money on it, that the cemetery probably puts out plenty of notification about this. Like, hey, just so you know.
Or just has a list of rules that when you agree, when you buy the plot, when you pay for whatever, and you enter into some agreement with the cemetery, they probably have a list of the do's and don'ts of what's allowed to be at the gravesite.
I would think so. Maybe they mentioned that.
Gravesite gone. They believe they were removed and put inside this dumpster.
It was so full, and looking in there was like people's pictures and like religious artifacts like crosses, statues. It was just shocking to see that they were just.
All right, I will stop and say this. I hate to interrupt again. I'm sorry. Well, I will stop and say this. If there was photographs and stuff, and I thought they may be from the families that were visiting these grave sites, I would probably put those away in like a lost and found thing or something before just throwing them out. That's what I would probably
things like that away.
He says there was lack of notice, now leaving him seeking answers.
I just went there to put fresh flowers and just everything was gone.
I reached out to the city and the facility for answers, but did get my hands on their rules, which state 3 movable items are allowed at the gravesite.
Okay,
but
hold
some
on.
decorations are prohibited.
All right, hold on. Celia was reacting to the
Holy. Is that 2 different sheets of rules?
The rules.
How do you even read that?
All right. I might be going back onto the family side here. There is a set of rules for this particular cemetery, and it says Boynton Beach Municipal something. The rules are there's so many of them that I can't even begin to read them. I think there might be 30 or more on the main sheet, and then there's a smaller one next to it. So there's like a massive list of rules, and then like a smaller little junior list of rules next to it.
There's 20 above this first bold line here. There's 20 above there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 35 rules on one of these. And then God knows how many more, unless it's the same thing posted twice.
Yeah,
Seems
maybe it's in another language or something, but there's 2 signs with all these rules. And my good God, who on earth is going to sit there and read all of that? Give me a magnifying glass? Yeah, it's like size 12 font on this sign. So I'm going back to the family side here, believe it or not. That is unbelievable. That's a huge set of rules.
Movable items are allowed at the gravesite, but some decorations are prohibited. We are still waiting for a response from both.
It didn't feel very nice to kind of like see everything wiped. I feel like there should be some kind of answer.
In Boynton Beach.
Especially something so sentimental as like family members that have passed away.
Zitlali Solache, WPTV News.
Damn, her name is tough too. All right, there they go. They said they were upset. They took away all the little stuff that they left on the gravesite and got it out of there. And they didn't give him enough warning. He's upset about this. And I will tell you, that list of rules is something else. That was fairly intense to see. So let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Let's see. There's a couple of audio dispatches. I'll probably do a bunch of them right before the end of the show so we can work in a whole bunch at once. This is, okay, I can save some of these things. This person says, "Hey, Sean, I'm seeing a lot of secret show magnets this week. Where do those come from? I've been a subscriber for a while. However, I haven't seen the opportunity to get my hands on one. Thanks." We might have to do another round of secret shows magnets at some point.
It's been a while since we've done a new one.
I think there's only 3 or 4 different kinds. You can see all of the kinds of magnets and all the number ranges and see how rare your magnets are. If you find one out there in the wild, you see a News Junkie magnet and grab it in Game of Magnets. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit the Game of Magnets section, and you'll see all of the options that are out there. All right, here's what I got to do. So stand by here. There's been a lot of people who have been very, very generous today. 722. Thank you to Loose Neutral for the 10 gifted subscriptions. Very, very much appreciated. Big support. Thank you, Loose Neutral. Thank you so much for that. Also, thank you to 5 Big SM with 5 gifted. Brad Wallace Realtor with 15 gifted subscriptions.
Damn.
There's a couple of these left right now. Janine with 5 gifted. Tom with 1. This guy doesn't have any stuff with 5, which is one of my... I still laugh about that to this day. I think I was trying to do a plug for the next segment. I was doing like a teaser for the next segment. And I go, oh, man, there's so much coming up. There's a lot coming up. I've got stuff. I got so much stuff to get into. And C-Lane goes, this guy doesn't have any stuff. And... he was so right. I think I had dropped my papers or something, and in the moment I was stuck without.
He does the, hey, look, this right here.
God, yes. Oh, this stuff is good. This stuff is good. This guy doesn't have any stuff with 5 gifted subscriptions. Thank you so much. Co Mills with 3. These are gifted subscriptions for the premium access to the News Junkie over on the website. And big, fat, giant thank you to Sun State John with 37 gifted subscriptions, which is just absolutely unbelievable. And I want to tell you, it puts us to a record number of Secret Shows subscriber. This is how you could support us directly. It gets away from the corporations, makes it so we don't have to hunt down sales and try to bend over backwards to keep those people happy. This is the best way to directly support the show. And you guys have come out with such support. Like literally, we're at the point now where about a quarter of the way of not needing any kind of corporation behind this and being able to bust wide open and do whatever we want. So keep that going. Thank you to Sun State John. Thank you to everybody else who donated these subscriptions. The highest we were ever at was day 1 or day 2 of Secret Shows. And then for a while, it sort of sat on the back burner for a million different reasons that I don't want to get into. And then 5 or 6 years ago, I was like, we really need to start honing in on this, making this show as good as possible, making the uncensored shows top notch. We've really, really brought it around since then. And now is the highest number of subscribers we've ever had. So that support is greatly appreciated. Thank you all for every little bit that you've done. And just know that it doesn't go without being noticed. So, all right, we're going to take a very quick break. When we come back, we're going to do the final dispatches. We're going to do the stories that didn't make the cut. And, of course, today I learned to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Classic Alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Real Music Weekends are Classic Alternative.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Wednesday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting only a few isolated downpours and thunderstorms.
Thank you so much, folks. Oh, my God. Unbelievable. So excited. The support is overwhelming. Thank you to Sun State John, of course. All right, it's time to rate the show. Rate the show. Over here, into the Hall of Fame, when it's a 10 out of 10, that's where she goes. Over there, in the Hall of Shame, that's a 1 out of 10. It's time to rate the show on a Wednesday, everybody. 20 out of 10. My God. Wow. How generous. Just unbelievably generous. 9 out of 10. HOA unapproved stairways to heaven. True. That could be the problem. That could have been an accidental stairway to heaven. All right, let's get this queued up. We'll fade in. Ten backseat DUIs out of 10. 10 out of 10 attention-seeking mofos. 10 guys with plenty of stuff, I assure you. "10 out of 10, I'm the chatter of the century," says Eddie. Eddie, I agree. You're a fantastic chatter. Mark says 10 out of 10. 8 out of 10 with a leaky apartment, says Sharkbait. 10 out of 10. Awesome Sean pointing memes. Man, those are starting to catch on. Thank you, Jay Turn, with the 2 gifted subscriptions. Very, very much appreciated. $140. All right. Boom. 10 out of 10. Car Chase Phillips. That was a good story, too. Folks, you're too sweet. I love you. I appreciate you. I got to go grab Taylor, and I'll be right back. Hear me. Now, I'm in my office. I'm by the 9/11 newspaper, which I'd almost be convinced is many other things based on the memes. Oh, wait, hey. Whoop. There you go. You guys have been amazing today. Dawn is back tomorrow. Fritz on the Street is back tomorrow. It's going to be a banging good time. Wait, that sounds kind of strange, doesn't it? Folks, we're a big family around here. We could not do it without you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Chatter of the day is everybody who gifted subscriptions today. Chatter of the day is everybody who simply made a great message in chat or even a bad one. Chatter of the day is everybody who hits that like button on the YouTube stream right now. Chatter of the day is all of you over on Twitch. I see you. Chatter of the day is everybody on TNJ chat. Thank you all. Can't wait for tomorrow. I got some surprises on the way. Some surprises on the way for tomorrow. I'll let you know more about that in a bit. Stay gold. See you then.
Final, and tell them Angel and the Monster sent you.
Some things can steal your sunshine. Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken. Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
What if we told you Matt Damon was screaming on set to get his voice weather warned for The Odyssey? From the TikTok Podcast Network, Raiders of the Lost Podcast has the whole story about the biggest movies of the summer. Download the iHeartRadio app and search Raiders of the Lost Podcast now.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Tired of overpriced blinds? Blindster makes custom blinds simple and affordable. You measure at home, install yourself, and save big. No retail store markups, just custom blinds guaranteed to fit. Blindster.com.
Need a new roof or windows? Visit hbnusa.com.
Parents, start the school year with real support from Real Radio and Key Food Supermarket. This Saturday, it's going down. July 25th at 10 a.m., you can get a free backpack with school supplies at 6 different Key Food locations in Ocala, Mount Dora, Apopka, Claremont, and Orlando, on East Michigan and Chickasaw Trail while supplies last. You can join our good friend Joshua Marie Fowler. He will be at the Key Food Supermarket in Ocala at 10 a.m. right there this Saturday, July 25th. Helping you get the backpacks, helping you get the school supplies, and one lucky winner at each location will get free lunch for a year. Real Radio has your backpack Saturday, July 25th, while supplies last.
Real, no radio.
Prison tattoos.
That didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. Thanks for being with us, everybody. What are you laughing at over there? What happened? What I missed?
Chaos M's peak.
Oh, my God. You know what? Like, so much of these submissions today have been related to this thing where people are memeing me now. I'm not a big fan. I haven't seen this one. Let me see. If I go into chat.
It's pretty
exclamation
good.
Point peaks. Here. It's such a good format. All right. You can see all of these. This is in chat.thenewsjunkie.com. Some of them more offensive than others, and people memeing me in one of the stories that was talked about on the show today. But all in good fun. Thanks
also,
for being with us.
Happy birthday to Josh.
Yeah,
who
Joshua.
Caught astray in that last meme.
He did. Joshua Marie Fowler he'll be back on Friday on the show. It's his birthday, so he's wandering around out there.
I'm going to Disney World.
Yeah. All right, here's what we got on the way out. Couple of minutes to do this, so I might as well. There was an issue with AI technology on OpenAI that's almost too crazy to believe. Let me see. Did I save something that talks about this, I think? All right. So let's get this straight. An unreleased ChatGPT model, they think it might be GPT-6, was being tested in a no-internet scenario on OpenAI's server. And the AI model found several zero-day vulnerabilities in the sandbox that keeps it from escaping onto the internet. And the AI was not supposed to have internet access, but it found internet access. Then it went to the competitor Hugging Face AI and to their servers, found another exploit in their data set loader, and then hacked it, I guess. So OpenAI ended up saying, we're partnering with Hugging Face to investigate an unprecedented security incident. Cyber-capable OpenAI models compromised Hugging Face's production during a benchmark evaluation. So the AI escaped a prison, an AI prison where it wasn't supposed to be able to go on the internet, got to the internet and hacked an AI competitor.
Hilarious.
That's where we're at, folks. That's how far this technology has come in a very short period of time. And is this worth watching?
What is it? I haven't seen.
Somebody said this is that guy you played before who does bits with AI on his phone. He tried to get two AIs to make a song together. Let's see. Hang on. Oops. I'm so sorry. Why is my computer freaking out right now?
Buddy.
I don't know what's happening. You don't show any of this,
I'm not. But you can't seem to stay on the full screen.
Okay,
there you go.
All right. Well, all right. I'll just play it from here.
And then you rap on it, okay?
Sure.
This is not going to go well.
Hey, so
Just let me know when to jump in.
Oh, God.
Hey, so can you beatbox? And I'm going to have another AI rap on it, okay? So make it good and easy to rap on.
Easy to rap on.
Smooth and steady, about mid-tempo.
City pulse under street light glow. Boots tap time on crack. Sidewalks below. Don't chase sunshine. I keep
This is terrible.
keep it.
What kind of beatbox is that? You're just saying the word beat over and over.
Beep, 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 beep.
Those are two stories, one that made me very scared of AI and one that made me think we're all right. So maybe that helps us out in some way. All right, let's get the hell out of here.
The musicians are fine, but the actual companies are just hacking each other.
It looks like it's that way right now. Let's do one final dispatch.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably
quickly here. Let's see. Let me refresh for the latest and the greatest. And I think we'll go to Sharkbait. Let's see what they have. Let's see.
Hey, junkies, what's going on? Update number 3. I know the show's ending. Went to the bathroom one more time. I think I'm good now. So Taco Bell did not win today.
She's struggling with Taco Bell. A little bit of an overshare, struggling with Taco Bell. Thank you for that anyway. Here's somebody on the gym lady.
What's up, News Junkies? I was actually on my way home from the gym when I saw this. I actually had to deal with the same situation literally right before I watched this. I sat down and I just waited. Okay, there were 3 machines taken up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the lady who walked up and asked how much set she had, that she was on there for 10 minutes, who cares? You can sit there and take up a machine as long as you want. You shouldn't. You should do your sets. And there's some time in between where you rest. So being on there for 10 minutes is not that long. Okay, now as for filming, I don't agree with the filming. That's just a whole nother subject. But the lady was talking about working in with sets. That's where, yes, one person does a set, then the other person does a set. So she was being nice and offering that. So the lady who walked up and she was telling her to get off the machine, that's not right. So hope that helps.
It does. Thank you. Appreciate that. We needed somebody who knew something about the gym, for God's sake. It wasn't us. Now we get the hell out of here. Now we do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Wednesday, July 22nd, 2026. Today I Learned traffic lights are called robots in South Africa and other African countries. Directions can be given such as turn right at the second robot, which will be confusing in the future, I would imagine. And finally, today I Learned this band right here. Rush. That's right, Rush. Their 1975 album, Caress of Steel, had disappointing sales, so Mercury Records considered dropping the band, but they allowed them to make one more album, and that was 2112?
Yep.
2112? That was their breakthrough album, and it made them a huge, huge household name. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see you next time.